up, San Antonio Spurs fans, Atlanta Hawks fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. We're doing a live play-by-play reaction, scoreboard, game clock, etc., for today's Monday afternoon game, a 3:30 p.m. game, my time. So I'm probably going to be saying good evening a lot, but in error because it's actually the afternoon. Hopefully you had a wonderful Monday. If you were off like myself, off from work, off from school, hopefully you got some stuff done today. I'm very happy to say the Wemby in the Name of song, the Rage Against the Machine cover, the music is done. I love how it came out. Finished the song this morning. Now I just got to figure out what video I want to do for the song and hopefully get it up for you all sometime this week. Hopefully the Spurs get a win today against former teammate Dejounte Murray. That always feels good to get him in it. So Hawks are struggling. The Spurs have a definite chance to win, and we got 4 games this week, and they're all early games. This is like I didn't know there was an East Coast trip this week, but all the games are like at 7:30, except for this one, which is early in the afternoon. So I guess I'll be able to get to bed at a regular time this week, and as will you if you're on the East Coast. The Hawks come in at 15-23, which is very surprising. They're 8 games under 500. The Spurs, their record is a little worse. Good afternoon, Spurs. I'm Kokoshibo. Yes, all signs show that Wemby is playing today. Glaze and Bacon. Phil, good evening to you. Afternoon. Veronica, let's go Spurs. I had a dream that Wemby dropped another triple-double. Always possible, Llama. Always possible. Rich, thanks for not trolling the Cowboys too much. Phil, I didn't really have to. They trolled themselves. I mean, I was actually shocked the way they played. Literally shocked. I wish I did a reaction to it. I did watch the Jimmy Johnson halftime motivational speech, if you will, that he gave about the Cowboys and how fired up he was. And I was like, man, I wish I did a reaction to this because I already watched it. And I never want to put up a fake reaction on this channel. So I was like, well, too late. But he showed more fire. 80-year-old Jimmy Johnson than I thought the team showed in their loss. Well, I should have known. They hadn't lost at home in a couple years, and I said, hey, maybe they'll actually win a game or two. And one thing I should know, and one thing I've always gone by, is never trust the Cowboys in the playoffs. And I did for a moment. Well, I won't do it again. Zach, good afternoon to you. You know what would make it even better? A Spurs win? And how about an Eagles loss tonight? Jones, Vassell, Wembanyama, Sohan, Champagny for the Spurs, Young, Murray, Capella, Johnson, and Bay for the Hawks. The players are on the court already. This game's getting ready to go. And away we go. You know the deal. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do so. It does help the channel. Go, Spurs, go! Go, Spurs, go! Good morning, Jarling Chong. 4:30 a.m. Shut the front door. It's your boy Rico. Good afternoon. The game is, they're ready to go. Wemby's ready for the jump ball. This will be against Clint Capella, and the game is starting pretty much on time. TNT has a doubleheader today. The other game, I think the Warriors play at 7 against somebody. So props to TNT for getting this game going. Usually televised games, it takes about 10 minutes, maybe more. And we're going. This is in Atlanta at the State Farm Arena. Like a good neighbor, State Farm ain't there. Like, what? Oops, I said that backwards. To start us off, that runner is no good by Trae Young. Offensive rebound for the Hawks. Possible follow-up 3, nope. And former teammate Dejounte Murray rocking some highlighter shoes, as is Devin Vassell. That's another miss and another offensive rebound for the Hawks. The Spurs need to box out. And finally, Julian Champagny causes the turnover. The ball's going to roll out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Atlanta. The Atlanta Hawks uniforms are totally screwing me up, by the way. They're black with a blue stripe. Are those their city editions this year? When I think Atlanta Hawks, I don't think black and blue. Well, I hope the Spurs make them black and blue today by beating them. Those colors are totally throwing me off as Wemby breaks up an alley-oop play, throws the ball in, and Trey Jones will get it. And finally, the Spurs have possession. Seriously, when I think Atlanta Hawks, I think red. Red. And this color scheme is messing me up. And the Spurs not doing me any more solids, wearing brown and white. Wemby's pull-up jumper for his shot of the game is no good. Dejounte Murray with the rebound. Lots of talks about Dejounte Murray possibly coming back to the Spurs. Don't think it's likely. I don't want to say trade rumors, but just talks about Trae Young to the Spurs. Murray's pull-up jumper is good. He gets the Hawks on the board 2-0. Would you guys be willing to give up the Hawks first-round picks that we got for Murray for Trae Young? Personally, I think the Hawks are going to be terrible in a couple years. I say hold on to all those draft picks. Wemby with the ball at the three-point line, drops it off to Devin Vassell. The Spurs need a lot more out of Devin Vassell. He was awful. The ball's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to stay Spurs ball. Just awful. against Chicago. Had one of his worst games, probably his worst game of the year. I think he was 1 of 12 from the field, 1 of 8 from beyond the arc. Just terrible. Cowboy X Factor, good afternoon. Andrew, good afternoon. You? I can't believe your team. No, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. That's been the narrative for the last 25 years, is the Cowboys play great in the regular season, get to the playoffs, and just disappear. As the Spurs defense is totally porous, is we give up a layup, no problem, to Jalen Johnson in the paint. I haven't seen Johnson in a while, so I was like, wait, who is that? I mean, I got my Johnson on full display. As Trey Jones misses in the paint, battle for the board, and the Hawks are going to come down, and the Spurs have not gotten a bucket yet, and we are 2 minutes in the game, 4-0. Murray pull-up three is no good. Jeremy Sohan grabs the rebound, and can the Spurs offense maybe put some points on the board? Sohan's going to drive in the paint, throw it out to Devin Vassell for three. No good. Murray with the rebound. Murray will sprint up the court, takes off in the paint, throws up a layup, and it's good, and the Spurs have still not scored. We had a doubleheader for football today, right? And we're watching the Spurs and the Cowboys, right, Sugar J? Wemby into the paint, throws up a reverse layup. Good and one. No, he traveled. Damn it. Do we have the Packers? Not the Packers. The Steelers and the, sorry. You guys were talking about the Cowboys. The Packers jumped into my head. The Steelers and the Bills played today because the game was moved because of weather. And then we also have, is it the Bucks and Eagles tonight? I will do a reaction to the Eagles game. Trae Young into the paint, gets blocked by Wemby, gets it back, gets blocked again. And it's still Hawks ball, and on the shot clock. That pull-up jumper is good by Johnson. And Pop's going to call a timeout, and that was a three-pointer as the Spurs are down 9-0, haven't scored yet. Murray's auditioning for the Spurs comeback. Dak can go. So, are Cowboys fans, are you finally done with Dak Prescott? Because he is one of the 10 best quarterbacks in the NFL, is he not? Maybe even top 5, fringe top 5? Are you wanting to hit the reset button? Because as a New York Giants fan, I know about the reset button. We've been living in a reset since Eli Manning retired. 4:30 Buffalo versus Bills versus the Steelers, and the Eagles Bucks on. Yeah, wow, thank you, Zach. That's pretty awesome. So after this game, I can throw on the Bills and the Steelers game, and maybe work on that Wemby video today. Because I don't know if I should shoot the video like Rage Against the Machine, where there's like me playing the instruments and I'll wear different costumes or whatever, or just have highlights on Wemby, or a mix of two. My girlfriend said, hey, since you're singing about Wemby, maybe highlight some of the bad passes to him. I don't know if there's any YouTube collaboration videos of the missed opportunities and bad passes to Wemby, and for me to actually find those, I would have to rewatch a ton of games and pull footage from it, and I ain't got time to do that. I'm done with the Joneses. Well, that's fair. How do you get self logo on your jersey? What do you mean, penalty? How do you get self? Oh, the self, that? Well, it's a jersey from San Antonio. The alien, if he's still in the chat, which I think he might be, is actually picked this up for me at the Spurs Stadium, and that's the logo was put on there. So this is an awesome. I mean, this is a great Spurs jersey. I'm so thankful. This is actually probably one of my favorites. I like the way it looks, and yeah. So thank you, Phil. No, we can't score. We can't. Bro, I'm just ready to watch my Steelers. Jacob, good luck. I have no preference who wins really any of the games tonight, but if the Eagles lose, I'm going to have to do a reaction video. By the way, real quick, thank you to those of you that watched the reaction video I did yesterday for our channel. That's the most watched video for NFL content on the channel, and I'm very happy about that. This channel doesn't really do well with NFL content, and I think it's got about 12,000 views right now, which in YouTube land, that's not a lot, but for us, I'm ecstatic about that. May finish with 13, maybe 14. The only other video that's done that well NFL content-wise is my original reaction to Daniel Jones being drafted, which has been pulled off the channel because it's just littered with swears, and I don't want it on here. Happy MLK Day to you as well, and God bless you and your family too, David. Thank you for stopping in. TSR, if you can talk about the problem now the Spurs keep missing Wemby, I feel like it would be good, loads of views, because people are talking about how Wemby... Well, I did do a video on that. I actually did do a video on that, and that video did very well for the channel Glaze and Bacon. That had about 12,000 views. And again, it's always about having fun, but you want your channel to succeed, and you want your channel to grow. So that one did pretty good for us a couple weeks ago. And the song is going to be kind of about the Spurs not passing to Wemby. I really hope to get it up this week. I love how it came out. My girlfriend is not a metalhead by any stretch of the imagination. She knows Killing in the Name of by Rage Against the Machine. And she seemed to actually, or I shouldn't say seemed to, I think she liked the cover I did and thought it came out pretty good. I love how it came out, but I'm biased. I made it. I only caught the end of the game, Anthony Bustamante, but man, I almost feel bad for Cowboys fans. Almost. You guys got 5 Super Bowls, but most of you haven't seen probably 2 of them because you weren't alive, or some of you haven't seen any of them. I know Cowboy X Factor said he hasn't seen any of them, and just it's the same script every year. You guys play so freaking well, and you were fantastic at home, and then the playoffs come and nothing. I think Julian Champagnie just threw up an air ball. I don't know if that was blocked. I like Julian Champagnie. I'm so done with him starting for this team. I don't know why he's starting. He's giving nothing to us offensively as a starter. Murray into the paint, going to pass it out to Johnson. Johnson thinks about a shot, drives baseline, gets it back, and that's a huge dunk that was Clint Capella. We saw him and scored. Hey, we find a wide open Jeremy Sohan for our first basket.
Thunder dunk of justice.
Joshua, this is a whoop so far, and I think the Ravens and the 49ers is a safe pick for the Super Bowl. Trae Young with the ball right now for the Spurs. We'll get it out to Jalen Johnson. Johnson back to Trae Young. In on the shot clock. Johnson pulls up for 3. Oof. Oh, boy. Dak Prescott is not worth $55 million a year. I would not pay Dak Prescott $55 million a year. What's he won? 1 playoff game in his life? No. Went with the pass over to Jones to Champagnie. Back over to Sohan for 3. Jeremy Sohan with all the Spurs points right now. Hits the corner 3, and Jeremy has been much better from three-point land this year than last year. Sure, he still throws up the occasional air ball or occasional brick, or brick ball, if you will. Murray drives in the paint and throws it up over Wemby. Oh boy, this is not how I thought the Spurs would start today, but still early. Vassell with the corner 3. In and out. Man, Devin Vassell has not been playing well. I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's rushing his shots, if it's up here. But so far today, and the game against the Bulls, the struggle's been real. Sadiq Bey with the ball, drops it off to Dejounte Murray. Murray's going to drive in the paint, throws it up off the glass, gets rejected by Devin. So Devin plays some defense. Spurs on the fast break. Trey Jones bringing it up the court, sprints off into the paint, throws up the jumper off the glass. No good. 7 minutes to go. 16-5. It is Hawks ball. Jalen Johnson will get it back to Trae Young. Trae Young out 3-point land, the pick and roll. Back to Johnson. Johnson in the paint. Gets blocked by Wemby, but we're going to have a foul. Mario, good afternoon. What's going on? Dak is 2-5 in the playoffs. Cowboy X Factor, I think that's still more playoff wins than Tony Romo, isn't it? I want to say he only had 1 as a starting quarterback. That man could ball in the regular season and disappeared in the postseason sometimes. Bring Patty back. I wouldn't be against that. Tristan, it's a rough start. Mr. Dogbo, good afternoon. As a Bears fan, I want San Fran to kick the living daylights out of Green Bay. I'm going to be honest with you. I'd rather have Joe Flacco or Eli Manning as my quarterback. Be average in regular season, but turn it up in the playoffs. Yes, we have a timeout. And Cowboy X Factor, agree 100%. Eli Manning got a lot of crap, as did Joe Flacco, but they both had their runs. Flacco had that one elite run with the Ravens way back when. I don't even know when that happened. That's when they beat the 49ers for the Super Bowl. And then Eli, sure, he threw a lot of picks in the regular season, but not once but twice. My man went elite in playoffs and helped beat, it's a team thing, it wasn't just him, but helped beat an unbeatable team at the time, the 18-0 Patriots. So I agree with you 100%. I'd rather see somebody put up huge numbers in the playoffs and win than the regular season. A basketball example of this, and sorry if you're a big fan, but LeBron James has been absolutely, credit to him for the longevity he's had. That is just remarkable in itself. And has put up huge numbers in the regular season. And he's put up some good numbers in the playoffs too here and there, and some huge numbers in the playoffs. Still, he's got a losing record in the finals. So that's why I can never call him the GOAT. And the team jumping kind of does it too. Peyton Manning's a great example. Yes, he has 2 Super Bowls. The 2 Super Bowls his team won, they won not because of him, but probably in spite of him, because he had 2 good defenses. They beat the Bears. The Bears offense couldn't do anything. In the Broncos Super Bowl, Peyton was terrible that year. Yet you look at his regular season stats, you would think this guy, based on just looking statistically, he must be like a 4 or 5, 6-time Super Bowl champion. Not so much. Mario, I would like to see Eagles get eliminated tonight. I mean, I'm a Giants fan, so of course. We like those early matches here in France. Tristan, yes, to my French subscribers and viewers, it's a normal time for you. I believe it's 8:45 p.m. where you are instead of the usual like 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning. Happy birthday, Jared! However, it is Spurs talk, but this is a sports channel. This is not TSR Spurs. This is TSR Sports. And if people want to talk other sports during breaks like now, then why not? I mean, I'm a Giants fan, and people want to talk about the rival. Well, listen, as a Giants fan, a lot of y'all are Cowboys fans, and people are going to talk about the Cowboys' loss. So if some folks don't like that, I'm sorry, but I consider myself a diverse individual. I like a lot of different things, whether it's sports, movies, music. And if people want to chat about that when there's nothing going on, unless you want me to call the play-by-play in the commercial, I'm totally good about it. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Alzheimer's.org. Time to talk. So if you have any loved ones with Alzheimer's, it's time to talk. I feel stupid doing a play-by-play for commercial. Queso King, it's a rough start, man. It's a rough start. I think starting next season, this is Wemby's team. Anthony, I think it's Wemby's team now. We just don't have... We're not there around him yet, but he's really coming into his own as a starter at center. I gotta think he's starting at the 5 next year. Most Spurs fans, myself, agree that, well, actually, I think we're split. I think we should take a point guard in this year's draft. There's some good ones available. A lot of Spurs fans want the Eiffel Towers, thinking the Twin Towers with Robinson and Duncan, that we should draft Alexander Sarr. I get why you want Sarr on the team. I don't know a lot about him. Haven't done any draft scouting reports yet. But if you draft Sarr, that still leaves a big void in point guard. Do you trust Trey Jones at the starting point guard? If the answer is yes, and I think the Spurs challenged that and won because I'm now seeing a jump ball, so no foul. Aaron Rodgers 1-5 in the NFC. What? Wow. Asia, good afternoon. Thank you for stopping in. So the Spurs with a chance to get the ball back and maybe start getting a little momentum going. I don't like being down by 11 so early. The Spurs do win the jump ball. Spurs basketball. Champagny for 3. Sucks. I'm sorry. Every time Champagny taking a shot, might as well just be a turnover. Click a pellet ball right now. And Bose backs up Wemby and tries to go for the dunk. It doesn't get it. And now a foul on Atlanta. This champagne is expired. Exactly. Is NFL or NBA harder to win championships? Gabriel? I would say the NFL probably, because if you look historically, you look at the NFL, my Giants have 4. The Cowboys have 5. The Steelers have 6. The 49ers have 5. I think those are the teams with the most. And you look in the NBA and you have teams with double digits like the Lakers and Celtics. Our own Spurs have 5. The Bulls have 6. So I'm going to say the NFL probably. Vassell pull-up jumper is good. And the Spurs need him to play well today if they're going to have any chance. And I just realized Wemby's no longer in the game because pop. Vassell's going to need to really bounce back. We don't have a chance of winning with Vassell going like 1-12 again. Sadiq Bey with the ball. Pulls up for 3. That is no good. Dominic Barlow with the rebound. And Dominic Barlow has been looking really good as a backup center. A little undersized, but I like what I'm seeing. He's young. There's a lot of room for growth. Honestly, I'd be fine with moving on from Zach Collins if we can trade him before the All-Star break. Jeremy Sohan pull-up jumper. Jeremy is looking fantastic today. I like what I'm seeing out of the Sohan. But if the Spurs can move on from Zach Collins, I like Zach. We need a more defensive-minded center. Zach Collins is a poor rebounder. He is a stretch 5. I get it, but I'm ready to move on. Unless he starts playing great, then, Murray for 3. No good. A fight for the board, and Barlow will grab the rebound. Spurs on the run. They got numbers. Trey Jones gets it out to Vassell. Vassell wide open for 3. He missed it. And we'll have a foul on Atlanta, I think. Man, Vassell is shooting just off. They still pronounce it Wembenyana? What? ¿Cómo quiere? ¿Cómo está mi hombre? Oh, they did, Cowboy X Factor. Toby, good afternoon. Thank you for stopping in, everybody. I have seen Trick or Treat from the recent one, Sol 77, that was made in like the last decade. No, they're not trading down Vassell. Marauders Inc. Good afternoon. I laughed my butt off when I found out Cowboys lost yesterday and then hung my head after you. All right, rule number 1. Important rule. Do not laugh at a team losing if your team hasn't played yet. Rule number 2. See rule number 1. Vassell misses a layup in the paint. Good God, Devin, what has happened? You're so good. Murray with the ball, drives in the paint, throws it up off the glass, no good. The putback is going to go in. I don't know who put that back for Atlanta. Valhalla Sports Talk, good afternoon to you. Hopefully you're doing good, my friend. And weird afternoon game for TSR Sports. I don't usually call too many games during the afternoon. I don't do live streams for NFL. Haven't done any live streams for MLB in ages. Although, if Miss TSR Sports decides to finally come on stream on camera, I definitely would do some Red Sox and Yankees games on the channel. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I've already talked to her. I think she might be open to it at some point this year. She has a wonderful personality. Obviously, I wouldn't be dating her if I didn't feel that way. Barlow pull-up jumper is no good. Fouled. He's going to go in line for 2. But she has an infectious laugh, or contagious. And when we watch Shaq and a Fool together, it cracks her up. And I just got to think, I think you guys would enjoy us reacting to Shaq and a Fool next season. Have a good afternoon, you. Exactly, Cowboy X Factor. Don't laugh at other teams if your team hasn't played yet. It's karma. It's bad karma. Dominic Barrow at the line. 2 shots. Makes the first one. Hey, we got double digits. Hopefully Miss TSR knows the Cowboys suck. She's doing good, Asia. We went to the beach yesterday. We went on an early morning hike at, oh gosh, what time of night did she get me up? 4 a.m. to watch the sunrise. And the first time I've ever watched the sunrise. And it was cool. Literally, it was ice cold out, but seeing the sun come up was cool. And being with, somebody important to you, that's great too. Very important. Undersold that one. I've never seen a player be this long on minute restriction after a slight ankle roll. Right, Phil? This pull-up 3 is no good. I don't know who shot that for Atlanta. Highlight shoe guy shot that. Spurs ball. Sohan will bring it up. Dropped it off to Kelvin, who had a great game for a Saturday in the loss. Kelvin still with the ball, 12 on the shot clock, surveying the field, guarded by Trae Young. Whips it over to Osman. Osman for 3. That's an in-and-outer. It is Hawks ball. Jalen Johnson with the rebound. I forgot there's 2 Johnsons on the court. There's the Johnson I like, and the Johnson I don't like. This 3 is good. Is that Bogdanovich? No, Garrison Matthews. Sorry, I think. I don't know who shot there from Atlanta. These Atlanta uniforms are messing me up. The black and blue is driving me crazy. We did just have a foul on the Sohan on a screen. Atlanta up 21-10 as the Spurs offense is sputtering out of the gates. Malachi Branham's checking in. Blake Wesley, who's been playing very well lately, is checking in. So hopefully he can light a fire under our butts. Laughing at the Cowboys should be reserved until the clock. Yeah, right? Mr. Dogbone, this is a rough start for our guys. I don't know what to say. Trae Young with the ball. That's what I'll say right now. Thinks about a 3, takes the 3, and makes a 3. Oh my God! Spurs, wake up! Yeah, right, Zach? The Spurs are playing like the Cowboys did in the first half yesterday. Sorry, Cowboys fans, but I mean, it's a true story. Keldon in the paint, spins around, throws it out to an open Blake Wesley, back to Osman. And this 3 is good for Osman. I think I saw a stat from Spurs Talk that Blake Wesley has missed all his 3s this year. Because he's been doing much better in what I thought all facets of his game, but apparently his 3-point shooting is non-existent, which would mean our starting point guard and backup point guard can't hit the 3, although Trey Jones did hit a lot of 3s on Saturday for us. This little jumper in the paint is good by Onyeka Okongwu. Hawks are doubled up on the Spurs, 26-13, 2:22 to go in the first quarter. Happy Monday to you all. Osman open for 3 again. He misses that one. Card 5, good afternoon. We are not the 2019 Warriors. That is a factual statement. A little jumper in the paint is going to roll off the rim by Okongwu. It is Spurs ball. And we can get this lead to single digits before the end of the first quarter. Keldon going to fly into the paint. And he loses the ball. Fast break. And an easy layup for Trae Young down the other end. For the first time I watched the game to see the Cowboys in the Red Bay for what? Carlos, I think I heard the Cowboys hadn't lost at home for 2 years. Branham out to Osman. Osman's going to take off. Gets it back to Branham. He's going to launch a three. No good. Why are we chucking this many threes? What are we... You are kidding. And Brian, I agree 100%. Champagny should not be starting. And the Spurs are chucking threes, and it ain't working. We're going to have a kickball. It'll be Hawks ball. Jorge, we are starting out poor. I don't know what to say. If this continues, I'm going to have to switch over to the Bills game in 30 minutes. Well, unfortunately, TSR, for better or for worse, will still be here. You guys know I'll stay to the end, unless we're down by like 40 or 5 minutes left. But I don't have anything else to do today, so I probably will stay to the end. Oh, my God. No defense, no offense. Bogdanovich gets into the paint, easily scores. Layup. Blake Elizabeth Bart now for San Antonio. Somebody needs to step up. Barlow's going to drive in the paint, forces a shot, going to bounce around, and finally bounces in. We're looking like the Boston Celtics in Game 7 last year, chucking threes. It feels like that Rockets game where we threw up like 40-something threes. Kongu scores in the paint, gets fouled. That's an and one. Wow, we are playing so well lately. What is happening today, Spurs fans? We had the good game against the Bucks, good game against the Cavs. Then we beat, as we should have, the Pistons and the Hornets. Then we played well against the Bulls without Wemby. The hell is this? For some reason, these uniforms make me want to order barbecue from Bill Miller's. I don't know who Bill Miller's is, but Albert says the Spurs have historically sucked in matinee games. Oh, have they? Well, they're not playing good right now. They're down by 18. This is hard to watch. Kelvin drives in the paint, misses the layup, gets fouled, going to the line for two. Celtics chucking threes, watching that type of... Arcu 3, you guys know I love basketball. It's my favorite sport to call on the channel. My favorite sport to watch is still NFL, which is why I watch the playoffs in the NFL. The NBA, I haven't really watched the playoffs since 2019 because the Spurs haven't been in it. I've watched some games. Well, I watched a lot of games in 19, but I haven't watched really anything since. That being said, I don't know where I was going with this. Going out the line for two. Oh, I'll be watching the NFL playoffs this weekend, even though my team not in it. I just, there's something about the NFL. Maybe it's the short season too. Having a much shorter season, every game is much more important. And a shorter playoffs. It's one and done. I actually wish the NBA stayed with the old best of 5 for the early rounds. You guys remember way back in the day, it was best of 5, then best of 7, best of 7, best of 7. Trae Young, runner in the paint, going to roll around, roll off the rim. Barlow with the rebound. Spurs have cut the lead to 17 so far. Yeesh. Arcu 3, I didn't know you were a Cowboys fan. Ooh. I forgot that. I knew you're a Thunder fan. I mean, it's obvious with your logo. Calvin with the ball. Thinks about a 3. Pulls it down. Drives. Runner off the glass is no good. Hawks can hold for the last shot. This is awful. Trae Young. No shocker. He's taking the last shot. Drives the paint. Throws up the layup. At the buzzer. Good afternoon, Butterfly. Butterfly, not a good start for our Spurs. This is against a former team on the top of that. Dejounte Murray is on the Hawks. And we're getting smashed. Trae Young has 10 points. He has almost as much as our entire team. I'm speechless right now. All the progress we've shown in the last 5 games. Now, it's early. Hopefully they wake up and say, whoa, wait a minute, we got a game to win here, or let's try to win and make this at least competitive. But this is the opposite of what we've seen in the last 5 games. I do miss that best 3 a lot. Arco 3, the Hawks are not good. And we're getting crushed by them. They're 5 games under 500, aren't they? Difference between Cowboys and Thunder. OKC wasn't afraid to rebuild after Clippers gave them a package for PG-13, as it was smart for them to run... not to run him in Westbrook. Yeah, they did a good job rebuilding. The Thunder really did. Yep, 16 points, Casey King. We're going to need Wemby to carry. I love my Spurs, but I never watch other teams because I hate the 3-point shot and the amount of fouls and free throws. It makes basketball almost unwatchable. That's fair, Phil. I've mentioned to you guys before. It happened in Odyssey. I used to, Andrew, good evening, afternoon to you. San Antonio Spurs, good afternoon. I remember watching 90s basketball religiously. Whenever the Spurs were on TV, which thankfully was always there in the playoffs, but I would watch all the playoff games when the Bulls played the when the Bulls played the Knicks and the Pacers, because there was so much competitiveness and those teams just fought so freaking hard. And the Reggie Miller trash talk, especially with the Knicks, the feuding with him and John Starks, Miller and Spike Lee, and then just the way Jordan's teams would go at it with them. It was must-watch basketball. And I wasn't a fan of either of those three teams, the Knicks, Pacers, or Bulls. But if one of those teams was playing each other, I was watching it. You couldn't afford to miss it because you didn't know what was going to happen next. And then when Shaq and Penny were in the Eastern Conference, watching them in the playoffs too. I mean, the Eastern Conference was so good back then. Obviously, the Bulls were over there. But man, it was such a good time. And I remember just loving basketball so much. And I still love the San Antonio Spurs. But as far as watching other teams, once in a blue moon, I might watch something, but it really is just the Spurs now. Did I see the Kings coach rant? He had a point about how for the refs call fouls between star players and other players. Edgar, I didn't. Wemby has 3 blocks in 5 minutes, does he? I grew up in Syracuse and went to Big East 80s games. The good old days. I tell you what I did see. Old school Plant, good afternoon and good luck. The playoff run for the Texans. I wish I did a reaction to this. I talked about it at the start of the stream. I watched the Jimmy Johnson speech from halftime yesterday, the Cowboys-Packers game. Phenomenal. He was more fired up than I think the entire Cowboys team. And I wish I did a reaction to that, but I had already watched it. I won't ever put up fake reactions on this channel. I just thought, man, I wish, note to self, if I see a video that's trending, maybe that's a good one to react to. And Johnson was so fired up. 80-year-old Jimmy Johnson showed more passion, in my opinion, in that short little motivational speech than the Cowboys did as a collective team. What's up, Hanover Fist? Good afternoon, Kern. Rich White, Dak Prescott so soft because he's squishy. I don't know. Good afternoon, Angie. Wemby he's on the court now. He is starting off in the game of the second quarter. He is still on a minutes restriction, driving all the Spurs fans crazy. I don't get it. Trey Jones for 3. Nope. And we clearly need him. We're down by 19. 19, and the second quarter just started. This game is on TNT, by the way. I forgot to announce that. If you want to watch long, it's on TNT. If you don't have TNT, thank you for hanging out here for your place to find out what's going on in the game. But if you do have TNT and you're still here, appreciate you as well. Johnson, pull-up jumper in the paint. Jalen Johnson, pull-up jumper, no good. Doug McDermott is back, by the way. Dougie's on the court. Kelvin Johnson drives the paint and misses at the hoop. We just can't buy a bucket. Doug McDermott, I thought he was going to be out for a couple of weeks, rolled his ankle last week, but he's back in, and he had been playing extremely well for the Spurs. Right now he's defending Trae Young. I don't like that. Young's going to fire off a mile-long 3. Oh, my God. Fresh zero? We can. I'm doing good, but I'm not liking this score. I look away. That's another miss for the Spurs. This is FBO up. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. This is, I'm speechless. Dunk by Jalen Johnson. We are getting embarrassed. We have 16 points. Wemby for 3. Nope. Jalen Johnson with the rebound. It should be a crime how Branham, Champagne, and Husband play defense. Carver, I'm trying to keep my head up. It's disappointing because I thought the team turned a corner. That's going to be a turnover for the Hawks. I really thought we turned a corner. And no, I didn't think we were a playoff team or a playing team, but we've been playing well the last 5 games. And then to come out today and so far putting up a dud. Maybe the Spurs need that Jimmy Johnson speech from yesterday. Think about the children. Spurs are pulling a Dak. Too soon, Butterfly. Too soon. Too soon. I hope we can get the lead down to like 10 or 12. That's turnover for the Spurs. I was going to say 10 or 12. This three-pointer is no good by Bogdanovich. Spurs ball. Wemby will bring it up for San Antonio. Was it Wemby that missed that last shot? I didn't see it. Vassell with the alley-oop to Wemby is a little bit off, and we're going to have a foul on the Hawks. No, Jorge, we're not. Ronald, good afternoon to you. We need some milk is right. And this is on TV. A televised game, something we don't get much of. We have one more after this one, I think. And then I'll be getting rid of Sling because everything else is on NBA Pass or NBA TV for yours truly. But to have them playing so well and to come out like this, I got nothing. Another whistle. This is a foul on the Hawks. They aren't trying. This game is being thrown by certain players. Wow. Joshua. Rich, my advice, if this game is going to be a blowout, you can go and rest home and you deserve it for real. Thank you, Carlos. I don't have anything else to do today. My girlfriend's working. I'll probably just watch the NFL playoffs on and off. Resident Evil 2 Remake is up on the Xbox today on Ultimate Game Pass. I've never played that. I'm going to play that tonight. Wemby with the ball right now. Gets double team. Gets it to Trey Jones. Jones pull-up jumper is no good. The putback is no good. Wow. Bogdanovich for 3. That is way off. I'm trying to stay positive, but I don't know how to watching this game. The Cowboys want Bill Belichick? Is that what you guys want? I mean, Mr. Godwin's already done. Washington guy, I don't know what the deal is. Dougie for 3. Wemby with the offensive board. Toss it back out to Dan Vassell. Vassell going to get it over to Wemby. Wemby's going to take a 3. That was no good. Trae Young takes a mile. JJ Sports coverage, good afternoon. Gregory, no, they can't. This is the worst I've seen us start off a game, I think, this year. We're down by 27. We just turned the ball over again. You got to... Card vibe, it's tough. And now a turnover by the Hawks. We got a fast break. Trey Jones and Devin Vassell. Vassell's going to line up for nothing. Never mind. Gets about to Dougie. Over to Jeremy Sohan. I think this is the worst. We just turned the ball over again. This is, I think, the worst we've played in the first half of the game at all this year. We're down 27. I'm trying so hard to stay positive. Young going to take another. Oh my. Trae Young looks like Steph Curry right now. He's shooting like Steph Curry. We're down by 30. 30. Gregory, we haven't scored in the second quarter. It's not over, Cowboy X Factor, but honestly, do not do that. Don't say that. I don't even know what to say right now. I saw this game was on Monday. I was like, this is a nationally televised game. Coyotes, poor baby Coyote, don't want to watch this right now. I'll wake you up if they do better, buddy. We're down by 30 in the second quarter. On national TV, I mean, exactly. I don't even know what to say. All the good vibes. I was going to do a video probably this week for our channel and say, hey, this team's been playing so well. It's coming together now. And then you look at a game like this and you're like, what happened? It's all 77. Now, granted, Trae Young literally is channeling his inner Steph Curry, and he's shooting from way behind the three-point line. 3 feet, 5 feet, 7 feet. He is launching them, and they're going in. You can't stop that. But offensively, what the hell is this? Jarling Chong, yes. Call tonight. Get some rest. Please call the stadium and ask them to take the lid off the Spurs basket, right? Why does Pop even call a timeout? The Spurs will come right back out of the hole and do the same thing. Defense is optional. Overly in love with the three-pointer, shot, and turnovers. I'm laughing watch this game. Everyone who's Kelvin and Sohan are good players and need to stop. Sohan started off well. Trae Young auditioning for the Spurs. Nice, HXC. And we have 16 points. Jeremy Sohan has 7 of them. The rest of the team has 9. Wemby, Trae, and Devin are combined 1 for 15. Devin was awful Saturday. He was like 1 of 12 from the field. Today's 1 of 7. I'm speechless, and I'm sorry. I hope I'm not coming across negative in any way. But when your team's getting absolutely decimated this early in the game, It's hard to stay positive. Poor effort is being... Poor effort's underselling that. I know I see you love your dog. I know you don't do anything. No, Wemby doesn't even have a point yet. Blame the Cowboys. Devin is carrying some offense shooting the game, James. They're going to switch the game. Brian, they may. And in that case, I would end the stream. If they actually switch to another game, then if I can't call the game, I can't call the game. Drew, it's been a long season, but man, this is not what we thought. And VVS, this being a nationally televised game, you think you guys would step up. I hate to say it, but Wemby looks like he doesn't care today. Wow. Mario? Yeah, that's the score. You're not coming across negative. You're coming across peed off, just like the rest of us. Okay, Edgar, that's fair. You know what? Maybe the Spurs need this. They need some chuck. They caught the Cowboy flu. Ouch. Spurs ball down by 30. Jeremy Sohan with the ball. Toss it to Wemby. It's going to go out of bounds. Yeah, 46 points in over 12 minutes. Trae Young is shooting the lights out. Hawks ball after. How many turnovers do we have? Do we have like 10 already? It feels like it. And a missed dunk. Who was that just blew the dunk for the Hawks? I couldn't see who it was. The Spurs have 0 points in the last 5 minutes. Sohan will drive in the paint, miss the layup. He does get fouled, so a chance at some points finally, which we haven't scored in this quarter. We haven't scored yet. At this point, I need Selena to kiss me. J. Rose, well, I can give you this. When you're ready, come and get it. Lyrical news? Somebody else was saying that earlier. Trae Young's auditioning for the Spurs right now. Just put the Steelers game on. John Lewis, what's it start at 4:30? Yeah, some chuck to the groin. Did Son make one of those or two of those? I was looking at the chat. He made them both. All right, the Spurs have cut the lead to 28. Here we go. Okongwu's going to turn the ball over. Spurs starting to make a comeback. Devin Vassell with the ball. Takes the three. Devin Vassell's shooting right now is like a turnover. Him and Julian Champagnie. Champagnie, since he's been a starter, and Devin right now, it's almost an automatic miss. His confidence is off. That three-pointer is going to rattle around and go in for Forrest? I don't even know who that is, but he's playing. Spurs ball, Devin Vassell on three-point land, starts to drive, gets into the paint, throws it up. Nope, throws it over to Sohan for three. And he misses a three. Dejounte Murray with the rebound. We're down 31. If this continues, we may be down by 40-plus at halftime. And Atlanta's not that good this year. Bogdanovich would have pulled up three, no good. Rebound for the Hawks. Dejounte Murray on three-point land. Former San Antonio Spurs talks about him coming back to the team. The teardrop will go. And they got 50. We got them right where they want them, yeah. I think Phil put that in there too. This is the master plan by Pop. Right where they want them. I think that was Wemby with the bucket off the glass. I don't know who just scored that. I was looking at the chat. That's a miss. Trey Jones with the rebound. Let me focus on the game. It's hard to focus when your team's down 31, but let me do a little better job here, my friends. McDermott, pull up three from the corner. Good. And the Spurs have cut it to 28, and the Hawks are going to call a timeout. Panic mode. Oh, it's Trey? All right, Gregory. Thank you. Occasionally I get involved with the chat, and sometimes I get a little too involved with the chat, but I enjoy communicating with you guys. That's why I do YouTube. I've said it before, I'll say it again. You guys are my Spurs family. I live in Connecticut. I don't know anybody that likes the Spurs. My girlfriend will watch the Spurs with me, and I think she's becoming a Spurs fan by association. Actually, the biggest thing she's probably a fan of is Baby Coyote. I mean, who doesn't like Baby Coyote? All right, he feels the Spurs are going to make a comeback, so he wants to watch the game again. You still have that video throwing a football to Vikings fan? Maybe you can... that's my buddy Ken. I don't know if I have that video anymore. Miss TSR is working butterfly. She does not get MLK off. I do. I actually get 13 holidays off a year. Some of them I don't quite get. Like I get both President's Day off in February. I'm like, well, okay. I don't think I usually had MLK off either. I worked in retail way back in the day and then Geico. And yeah, I think I was working every MLK. How many shot attempts in Wemby have? I don't know, Vera, but not much. In Lyrical News, I do play basketball. I have a basketball hoop on my garage outside. Swords to Plowshares. Let me tap one white mana, and we'll exile target creature. Are we exiling Trey Young with Swords to Plowshares? It is, James. This game is over. They dug themselves in a big hole. I don't want to say it's over, but they're going to have to play much better basketball. They're going to have to play like they did against... But they're going to have to play like they did the last 5 games. And I don't know where that team has been. J. Rose, it's been a good day. It's been a great day. I finished the music and vocals. The song is done. Wemby in the Name of is 100% done. I love how it came out. To Miss TSR, I know you're watching. That little snare hit at the beginning that I said wasn't in my version, that's in there now. And I think it came out great. I just trying to figure out how I want to do the video. If I want to have some footage of just TSR and Ricky Lombardo and Ron Jambo in the video, or if I'm going to have footage of the Spurs, or mix it. And I think probably mix it's going to be the way to go. That's right. This is going to be the biggest comeback ever. Connor McLeod says maybe Vassell should come off the bench. With the kind of money they're paying him, I don't see that happening. This is A+ tanking, 100, 100. J-Rose, I used to be able to dunk. I don't know if I still can. I am 46, going on 47 this year. So, as you get older, that gets harder. I have been working about twice a day. I did take today off. I'm being transparent. My body just said after a hike yesterday, you know what? You have a feel things that are sore. They're feeling better now. I'll get back to working out tomorrow. I work tomorrow and I work from home, so it's very easy to work on my lunch and one of my breaks, work out. I don't know if my dunking days may be over. I didn't dunk a basketball until I was 37. I'm very proud that I was finally able to do that, and it was a nice feeling. If I can't do it again, I can't do it. It's okay. Comparing an NBA rebuild team to a championship contending NFL team is no bueno, says Drew. I'm change that up a little bit. No, Miss TSR, Lyrical News, I don't think she has any plans on creating a channel. Gregory, I'm 6'4". Highest level of basketball I played, outdoor. I just dunk my donuts in my coffee. That's fair. Andrew, we went hiking in Hammonasset Beach. It was more of a beach walk hike. And we have a bucket and one for Jeremy Sohan in the paint. We got it down to 26. 6'4", card vibe. A lot of people don't believe me when I say I'm 6'4". Selena Gomez has been scaled to kind of be the same size as me, but if I stood up over here and you guys saw me standing up, just standing straight up, you would realize, wow, that dude is tall. People that can verify him tall, OGR Sports, you ever see him around? He doesn't really do content on YouTube anymore. Beantown Breakdown has met me in person. I think Beantown's like 5'11", and I had a lot of height on him. There's actually a picture of us together in the community notes way down. An alley-oop layup attempt is no good for Atlanta, and it's going to be Spurs ball. They're trying to alley-oop to Clint Capella, and I think the oop was a little too off, so Capella tried to lay it up and in. Didn't work. Spurs are starting to play a little better basketball. Dominic Barlow's open for 3. He ain't going to take it. He'll drop it off to Kelman. 8 on the shot clock. Kelman falls down and turns the ball over. What was that? And now Dominic Barlow with the steal the spurt, and now Barlow falls down, but he was fouled. No, I don't know. Lyrical News. I don't think she wants to make a YouTube channel. As far as I know, I don't want to speak on her behalf, but I would get the vibe that she doesn't. And if she was going to do a YouTube channel, I would think it would either be a hiking channel or a video with her dog doing stuff, or both. Dominic Barlow going in the line for 2. Eldon is on the take. Look at that crap. Jeremy Sohan shoots free throws one-handed. Yes, that guy just shot a free throw one-handed. Barlow's going to miss the first free throw. 51-26, 4:56 to go in the first half. Rich be hitting them chains on asphalt. Doug is coming back from an ankle injury penalty, Cuber. Maybe he's not fully healed yet. Barlow made 1 of 2. Lead us down to 24. Rich is a street baller from the mean streets of Connecticut. Well, I'm a street baller from the mean streets of West Side. Western Mass. West Side basketball. Murray pull-up jumper from the free throw line. No good. His favorite spot when he was a San Antonio Spur. Spurs ball. Cutting this lead. Keldon's going to drive in the paint. Throws it up and gets rejected. Keldon is not having a good first half either. Really, nobody's having a good first half for the most part for the Spurs. Trae Young's going to launch another three. How many points does Trae Young have? I feel like he's got like 15. He is on fire. He's got 22 points and 6 of 6 from beyond the arc. Yes, he's auditioning for our Spurs. If he plays like this every game, I would take him in a heartbeat. Barlow pull-up jumper, no good. Jeremy Sochan flies in for the offensive board. 10 on the shot clock for San Antonio. Sochan's going to drive back in the paint. Pull-up jumper is short. Clint Capella with the rebound. Trae Young looks phenomenal. The Opinion Sports Show, yep, I've been saying that too. Young into the paint, layup is good. They're going to get the continuation and one. Yep. We can't stop Trae at all. Give him a contract at the half. Trae Young? Yes, Wemby's on the bench, Jared. Austin, too sexy. Good afternoon. I like Jeremy Sochan. I didn't like point guard experiment Sochan, but he's been playing some better ball here and there. Trae has more points than the Spurs. He just hit a free throw, and he does. Trae Young might go for 50 if he plays long enough today. Trae has... No, it says he has 25 on ESPN. He has almost more points than the Spurs. Sochan out to Devin Vassell. Vassell gets double teamed. Back to Sochan. Sochan's going to launch a three. Jeremy Sochan's playing well today. He's got half of the Spurs points. He's got 15. Where's the rest of the team? I like Jeremy. He should not be our leading scorer. He should not have half our points. Trae Young with a jumper. He's going to get fouled from behind, and he's going to go to the line for two. Trae Young, you can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. Most career points on MLK Junior Day, active players, minimum 5 games. Trae Young has the second highest average, 27.4. The only player above him is Damian Lillard at 28. LeBron is third at 25.6. His first free throw is good. Carlos, what's happening? Yeah, Jeremy's playing really well. Very aggressive. He's the only one playing well. We're not, I want to say we're playing awful defense. We're not playing good defense, but Trae Young is also hitting everything today. Our offense is abysmal. If we had about 45 points now, at least we'd be in it, but this 30 is unacceptable. Keldon Johnson with the bar right now for the Spurs, getting guarded by Dejounte. Get to the Barlow. Barlow's jumper off the glass, no good. He didn't play too well Saturday on the Sochan, but overall he's been playing better. That's a miss. Spurs ball. Malachi Brandon will bring it up for San Antonio. Gets into the paint, tries the Euro step, and just turns the ball over. 59-30. Trae Young into the paint. Alley-oop. And Jalen Johnson with the dunk, and the Hawks are back up by 30. Carlos, you look stuck in the 80s. Andrew's out. All right. Hey, if you guys are heading out, please hit the thumbs up on the way out. We're going to need as many thumbs up from you guys, the loyals, that we can get, because I don't think we're going to get many people stopping in this afternoon to watch the Spurs get blown out. Toby, Wendy's on the bench again. He has been playing. He's having actually one of his worst games offensively of the year by far. Trae Young alley-oop and Capella with a dunk. We can't stop anything now. 63-32. Keldon gets to the Barlow and another turnover. Ball's intercepted. Jalen Johnson in the paint. Okay, I'm going to go watch grass curl. All right, Cecil. Malachi Brandon with the, I think that was a layup. I was looking away. I feel bad for a lot of the Wemby fans in France because they can actually hang out with these type of streams, or if they have access to TNT, get to see them at a normal time. And then for the fans of the Spurs in America, the Spurs are on TNT, or even the people are just looking to check Wemby out. The Spurs are having their worst first half, arguably, of the year. I think we were getting shellacked by the Clippers earlier this year in the first half, but this is embarrassing. Oh, the body language is terrible. I have no idea how many turnovers we have, but it's a lot. Jesus Christ, good afternoon to you. It's Atlanta, but I'm at a loss for words at what I'm watching. Trae Young's going to take a mile-long three. This one's no good. Devin Vassell with the rebound. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. A minute 11 to go in the first half. An embarrassing first half for our Spurs, to say the least. Vassell over to Sohan. Sohan's going to launch the three. That is short. Dejounte Murray with the rebound. What's our franchise record for biggest loss? Is it 48 points? Murray pull-up jumper. No good. The tipman is good. Just a tip. I'm being serious. Is the team record like a 48-point loss? I feel like it's 48. We're on pace to do worse than that today. Atlanta has 67 in the first half, and we have 34. Jeremy Sohan with ball 5 on the shot clock. Jeremy's going to take off. Get it back to Mamu. Mamu's going to take the old left-handed three, and it got blocked. And that's going to be a shot clock violation. Drawling, you should be sleeping. Pat, good afternoon to you. This is embarrassing. Pop letting Trae toy with the young Spurs. Breida, I'm speechless. Everyone is a trade piece except Wemby and Sohan. You would trade Devin? Carl, I would agree. Fashion Flexing, what's up? Not the Spurs' chances of winning this game right now. This has been awful. They're down 67-34. 10 seconds to go in the first half. Trae Young's going to drive in the paint. Stops, pops. And it's going to roll around and go in. And we just got 69 in the first half. Wesley takes a three at the end and no good. Wow. James Kim, I really thought we turned a corner. I really did with the last 5 games. Well, look at the halftime stats. I mean, Jorge, a 35-point lead. Is this the biggest lead the Spurs have ever given up in the first half of basketball? Have they ever gone down into second half, down by 35? 46 is the worst? Okay. Lyrical news, I mean, right now, it looks like Trae Young is the player we'd want, right? Vassell, 1 of 8 for 2 points. Wemby, 0 for 4 with 0. Kelman, 1. I want to pull up the halftime stats now, guys. If you could hit the thumbs up. Go, Spurs, go! Go, Spurs, go! Would greatly appreciate it because I don't think we're going to have a big turnout today. Folks don't like watching the team get smashed. I don't like watching it. I'm a Spurs fan. I'll stay here to the end. If the Spurs are getting close to losing by 46, I'll definitely stay at the end. I hate to say that, but I mean, we're going to break a record. I'll be here for it, whether it's good or bad. Let's take a look at the game. The Hawks have outscored us 35-16 in the first quarter. We played better in the second, only 34-18. So, hey, that's improvement. For the Hawks, Sadiq Bey has 2, Jalen Johnson 11, Clint Capella 4. Trae Young is killing us. 29 points, 7 assists, no turnovers, 10 of 14 from the field, and 6 of 7 from beyond the arc, plus 3 of 3 from the line. Dejounte Murray having a not a terrible game. 8 points, 9 rebounds, no assists, though. That's odd, not 1 assist. Off the bench, Onkogwu 7, Bogdanovich with 2, Matthews with 3, and Forrest with 3. Maybe we'll get a Patty Mills sighting at some point. The Spurs keep getting blown out. And speaking of the Spurs, whoo boy, we are 4 of 22 from beyond the arc. Earlier in the stream, I mentioned this feels like that Rockets game where we chucked up a bunch of threes and we're missing. I think we were 5 of 41 from beyond the arc that game, shooting about 12%. We're a little better today, but not much better. The Spurs are 18%, 4 of 22. Overall, the Spurs are 12 of 45. The team is shooting 27% from the field, has 10 turnovers, and 6 assists. That is awful. That is just crap. Doo-doo crap. Julian Champagny, useless as usual. 0 points in the first half. Jeremy Sohan came to play. He does have 3 turnovers, but he also has 15 points, which is almost half of the Spurs' points today. Victor Wembanyama having one of his probably his worst offensive first half ever. 0 points. He does have 3 blocks and 2 steals, so defensively, in only 12 minutes, 3 blocks and 2 steals is phenomenal. Plus 4 rebounds, not too bad, but 0 points. 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 2 from beyond the arc. Trey Jones, quiet today as well. 1 of 5 from the field, 2 points, 1 assist, 2 turnovers. He's just not getting it done. Devassell is awful again. He was terrible Saturday against the Bulls. Today, 1 of 8 from the field, 2 points. He's 1 of 8. His shot has disappeared 0 for 4 from the field. You know what? The bench ain't doing too much better. Mama with 0. Barlow with 4. He does have 6 rebounds. Dougie with 3. Osman with 3. Kelvin's been rough today. 0 for 4 from the field. 1 point. He got 4 turnovers. He's got 4 turnovers to 1 point. What are you doing here, Kelvin? I'm wearing your jersey. You're embarrassing me out there today. Brandon with 4. Blake Wesley with 0. Everybody's got a negative, by the way, for their plus minus. There's still a half left. Let's be honest, there's a high probability the Spurs do not win this game, but make it competitive. Don't give up. Fight, and if you end up losing this game by like 10 to 15, so be it. But don't lay down. I'm thinking of a Soulfly song. Are you going to lay down like a bee or jump the F up? Well, Spurs, jump the F up. You're better than this. Watch the Jimmy Johnson halftime thing yesterday with the Cowboys. Play some defense. Play with some fire. Play some passion. This is your former teammate, Dejounte Murray, stepping all over you and his team. The three-pointer's not falling, and they should be attacking the basket. You know what? After this game, you know what Pop's going to say? Pop's going to say, oh, sleep well tonight. Better not. I don't think he'll say that. I'm trolling. But if we lose like this, if we're down by 35 when the clock shows 0, and Pop gives a interview and just says, yeah, we played well, whatever, and I'm like, you better not say that. I'm angry. Chuck is about to make fun of us. He should make fun of us. We're down by 35. All right, Ronald. Good night. The Cowboys play with no heart, no chemistry, and didn't care. That kind of feels like that. Lyrical news. I went to ESPN for the stat. Oh, I went for the stats for halftime. The place that I like the most for stats is Basketball Reference. I think they're kind of considered the place to go if you're looking for statistics and breakdowns and you can compare players, etc. So Basketball Reference is my favorite site for halftime. I just ran to ESPN. Keep me posted if you guys please could on the football game. I believe the Steelers and Bills just started, right? So much for giving the name. What? Charles Barkley jinxed us, did he? What? You know what? We could use some more chucks. We could. Steve, the biggest loss in Spurs history is 46. Pat, it's just unacceptable. And this is, I hope Pop is, yelling at the team the way I was just blowing on my little tie right there. Like fire, passion. Like everybody out there just looks kind of like they're going through the motions. Yes, I get Trae Young is launching threes from well beyond the arc and nailing them. You can't stop that. There's nothing you do when a player just standing there and just oozing confidence and chucking threes and making them left and right. You can't stop that. But what you can do is put up more than 34 damn points in the first half. Which, by the way, I should put up halftime. I don't think Gary Neal's coming out today. I'm ready for us to trade Kelvin and Vassell for Trey at halftime. That's not going to happen. HG, they played so well in the last 5 games, though. That's what I don't get. I don't know where that team went. You know what? Here's a little positivity for a second. Okay, that's enough of Coyote. At least we ain't the Pistons. Pop yelling. He hasn't yelled at any player since 2016. They don't want to play in daylight. Are you going to watch the Super Bowl? Yes, Carlos. A friend of mine should be having a party, and Miss TSR will get to meet some of my friends she hasn't met yet, so I certainly plan on watching the bowl. Yeah, I won't be calling it on the channel. That there's no chance of that, but I will definitely be watching it. Victor Wembanyama's in the chat. Victor, you need to get your teammates and yourself fired up for the second half. If you lose this game, so be it, but don't lose like this. Don't lose like this. Come back of the year just to watch. Do the Pistons only have 3 wins? I've noticed since Brett Brown came back to the Spurs coaching staff, we stagnated significantly in wise coaching decisions. They did, Leonardo. They did. Drew, go Spurs, go to you. Cowboys don't win when it matters. Lately, Jared. Well, not lately. The last 25 years. Would you be okay with Keldon and Vassell and 1 first-round pick for Trae Young? Are they clowning the Spurs? I have the sound down. Keldon and Devin and a first-round pick for Trae. I don't know Trae Young's contract situation, so if he only has, like, if this is the last year or next year's the last year, I wouldn't want to give up all that. I forgot her name, but the girl on TNT is worth a restraining order. Wow. Who is the girl with the black and yellow hair? Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I feel like I've seen her before, but I don't. Is she a WNBA player or is she just an analyst? I have no idea who that girl is. I would say, Carl, Steph Curry is the greatest three-point shooter of all time. 29 years? That's Jared. Okay. I wasn't doing the math, but yes, if you're going back to the last Super Bowl team, it would be 29 years. Go Eagles, go. They play tonight. Will the Eagles show up? Jared, I'll tell you this. I might be doing a reaction video later tonight. If the Eagles lose, and I fully expect them to, if they play like they did the last 6 games, we'll be doing an Eagles loss reaction tonight. Their energy is beyond horrible tonight. Unacceptable for a winnable game. Is that Candace Parker? Shoot, was it? The Spurs are a young wine, and it tastes like spit. Kelvin and Blake Wesley plus a first round and 4 seconds for... Now, I'm fine with giving a bunch of seconds for Trae Young. After this showing, I doubt Trae would want to be a Spur. I didn't know they were clowning on a Spur at the moment. Again, the solution is Wemby's sister. She's also... Dang, I can't believe that was Candace Parker. She looked familiar, and I just couldn't place her. Yeah. Yeah, the Spurs can come out in the third quarter and make something of this. I'm a big Chiefs fan from Australia. I'm from 1993, and then I followed the Spurs in 1994. 30-year Spurs fan. Nice. Not too far from me, Steve. I started following the Spurs halfway through Mr. Robinson's rookie year. So about 34 years now this year. Or wait. You know what? Halfway through his rookie season. Yeah, it was 90. It was 90. So yeah, 34 years. I want a birthday gift, and Eagles lost. I still can't figure out who's better, Kelvin or Devin. That's fair, Odyssey. A lot of people say get rid of Kelvin, but I see a lot of issues with Devin's game that Kelvin has, which is mainly inconsistency. They have very different offensive games. Devin's very much a catch and shoot. Kelvin's shoot the open 3 or put his head down and drive in the paint. That being said, they're both amazingly inconsistent. Devin is a better defender, but he's not turned into that elite defender that we thought he was going to when he was drafted. He's played average defense for most of the year, sometimes better than average, sometimes below average, but he hasn't become that guy that we thought, man, he could be one of the top 10 in the NBA steals, every year. He's nowhere near that. He's not that guy. He's got a huge contract extension, whereas at least Kelvin is on a team-friendly contract extension, and I like Kelvin off the bench. It's just today, Kelvin, I mentioned inconsistency. Kelvin was great. Phenomenal against Chicago on Saturday. It was one of the reasons the Spurs made the comeback. They were down at 18 at one point and almost won that game. Kelvin was a huge part of that. And then today, nothing. Yeah, Andrew, Devin and Kelvin, the inconsistency is just horrible. Thank you, Veronica. She's hit that like button. I'd like us to get to 125, Veronica. That'll be the goal for today. Unless the Spurs can make a huge comeback, which, not saying it can't, but we're going to try to get to 125. And hopefully the Spurs, who probably will lose, barring a miracle, hopefully can get this lead to something reasonable, i.e. under 15. Devin's floor fits well at Victor. KJ I like as a teammate, but his tunnel vision is so... Role players are inconsistent. Do we agree? Wemby for the Rookie of the Year without... Yes, Wemby, I think she's Rookie of the Year. I agree. My biggest argument against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, my biggest argument against Chet Holmgren is SGA. Chet is not the guy that's getting singled out to stop defensively. He's not the best player on the Thunder, so that gives him, he's going to have more open shots with a player like SGA running out there, which is why his efficiency, I assume, is so high. When Wemby has the ball, teams are looking to stop him. He is our best player offensively and defensively. Not to mention the fact, even though the NBA doesn't hold it against him, he is in his second year. He got to at least learn the system, the plays, and be with his teammates last year. So he's not only got that year up on Wemby, but he's got a better team around him. Wemby out there sometimes doing it on his own. And there's plenty of video footage out there of his teammates missing him on open shots. So for that purpose, I think if they're statistically in the same ballpark at the end of the season, I think it's got to go to Wemby. My 2 cents. I am a little biased, but Chet Holmgren has a huge advantage with the team around him over our guy. I think that should be factored in. I'm not taking anything away from Chet's rookie year or co-rookies of the year. We saw it with Grant Hill and Jason Kidd way back in the day. If they said, you know what, we feel Chet should have it, Victor should have it, if it's kind of split, then give it to them both. UFC fighter Draymond Green back for the Warriors. Yeah, exactly. Chet is a redshirt rookie. If Chet didn't sell it last season, there would be no discussion. I missed the first half. What's the summary of why everyone missed shots? Bad shots or good Hawks defense? Dragging bad offense by the Spurs. There were some good shots. A lot of them are in and out burgers. Trae Young has been hitting shots from all over the court, at the 3-point line, beyond the 3-point line by like 3 feet, by 5 feet. He's on fire. It wouldn't be so bad if our offense was playing normal. What I mean by that is maybe 54 to 58 first half points. We'd be down, but our offense has been terrible. Kelvin can't hit a shot. Devin can't hit a shot. Julian Champagnie's still in the starting lineup. I don't know why. Bassey's a bum. Oh, he's out with a torn ACL, though. Honestly, though, if we trade for a point guard, see what we can do to get either Alex Caruso or Mike Conley. Both veterans who know how to play point guard, both play defense, both can shoot. We need them only for 2 years. I don't know if either one of them's going to... I don't think Conley's going anywhere. I thought Devin's contract, Connor, was a little on the high side. Julian completely robbed the Spurs. You know what, Juwan? I thought that was a great contract. 3 years, $12 million, I think. Was it? No, 4 years, $12 million. I think he's getting like $3 million a year, but he's been rough. Steve Drag, I don't think any of those guys are coming out of retirement anytime soon. Down jumper ain't falling. He ain't doing nothing. He doesn't even get to the free throw line. You're right. Kelvin Lee tries to get to the free throw line at least sometimes. Yeah, that's fair. Devin is a catch and shoot player, and you're not going to go to the line a lot like that. Kelvin at least does get in the paint, does occasionally draw contact and get to the line. Both are consistently inconsistent for us. Draymond's antics are getting old. Violence has a place, and it's not on the court. Draymond should play football. He should be in the UFC. Could we trade Trae for Pop? I don't think it works like that. Devin finishes. No, he can finish at the rim. We've seen him get occasional alley-oop dunks and dunks in transition. He doesn't finish a lot, very rarely, just creating his own lane and finishing in the paint. We're almost at 125 thumbs up, are we? Veronica, I'm sorry. Veronica, yeah, we're at over 100. The game is back, and the Spurs are... Somebody just got a bucket as I was looking away. Let me change the clock to Q3. Let's make it close, Spurs fans. The Spurs have been playing better in the second half as of late. Let's have a strong first half. Strong second half. Is Blake Wesley's out? Wow. Wait, what is this? What? Is Pop throwing in the towel already? That can't be right. Please tell me my ESPN's not... Are we... I know we're down by a lot. Are we giving up already? Sohan jumper in the paint, in and out. He's trying something, but no. Blake Wesley, Chetty Osman, Dominic Butler, Jeremy Sohan, and Julian Champagnie. That's your comeback lineup? That's the comeback team? All right. Whatever. Can they just waive Julian? I don't expect anything more than a bag of chips. I'm kind of hungry. I would take a bag of chips. How? This is a nationally televised game. And I know the Spurs are playing bad. And you have Victor on the bench? Excuse me? Melissa, good afternoon to you. Nova, Josh, do you like this? You like this lineup for tanking purposes? Come on now. I'm assuming that's why you like the lineup. Edgar, waving the white flag on a nationally televised game. BS. Well, the starters aren't popping. Let's do it the hockey way. Lineup change. 12 million. He hasn't scored 12 points in any game. I think he scored 12 in one game, Juwan. I think he scored 12 in one game. Maybe Pop wants Wemby to break all the records, even the biggest. Wow, I am speechless. I'm utterly speechless. I mean, I get changing things up. What the hell's Julian Champagny still on the floor? I'm sorry, Julian. I like you. You suck right now. You've gone from suck to blow. You should be on the bench with the rest of the guys. Murray pull-up jumper, no good. And I think we have an offensive foul on the Hawks. No, I know he doesn't care if it's televised. But this is... Trade for Dejounte or Trae Young. We can't lose a game. I don't think either's going to happen. I think the Spurs are just going to enjoy all those draft picks from Atlanta in a few years when Atlanta might not be good. Blake Wesley with the ball for the Spurs right now, just going to force a three. Because that's the way to come back. Blake Wesley forcing three. Champagny gets a steal. He actually does something. Gets it out to Osman for three. That's no good. Hey, let's just keep chucking threes. Spurs getting another offensive board out to Champagny. Another three. Champagny hit a three. And a timeout as the Spurs have cut the lead to 30. Toby, this is I don't know what this lineup is. Build up 7-0. I just switched back to the game. Bill, look at the lineup here for the Spurs. Look at this lineup. This is the lineup that came out to start the second half. I don't know what this is. We still have a starter out there. Two starters, though, Island. Champagny and Sohan started. Yep, only down 30. Twitter is saying DJ was justified for his comment. Wow. Do you mean the comment about the Spurs will be a washed-up organization for like 15 years? Stop at Ray Quinn Snyder every time we score. But Roman, I mean, I don't understand why Champagny's out there. Jeremy played fairly well, except for the turnover in the first half. Wemby needs reps. With what the hell is Pop doing? Feel like he's trolling at this point. Kid can't get no rhythm with coaching. Family YouTube, that's fair. Remember Julian only signed for 12 million or years. If we could cut him in this team, well, yeah, he's not going to be a huge cap hit at all. Barely noticed a sexy rep that's officiating. What? Caesar, good afternoon to you. Sorry. You know what? We're down by 30. We can come back. If you ain't down with a comeback, we've got 2 words for you.
Sucker!
Maybe not. But we are down by 30. Yep. And we're getting blown out. Maybe Kawhi Leonard will come back to the Spurs. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. Hawks came out looking for blood. They're off 2 bad losses, but still, you can't collapse like that. No, you can't. Phil, you're not alone. Sarah, good afternoon. I feel like the minute restriction is just ridiculous at this point. He's not even remotely hurt. Like, come on, Pop. Yes, I agree. I understand protecting the franchise, but man, the constant minutes restriction. What did he play? 20 minutes Friday night? And he had over, what do you have, like 26 points and 10 rebounds in 20 minutes? It's ridiculous. I came for the Spurs game, stayed for TSR and the game. We have a 30-point deficit, and now you're torturing us with that laugh. Well, you know, Veronica. I keep it real. Like I said, probably not making a comeback at this point, but get it respectable and have your guys learn how to fight back. We saw them fight back Saturday against Chicago. We were down at, 18 in the third quarter? So it's not impossible to come back and make a game of it. I don't know about this lineup making a game of it. Exactly. Get it under 20. Not even Slug McDormand can save us today. Veronica's getting it. Yeah, she is after that one. This is Wemmy's second game with 0 points in the first half, and he's on the bench right now. Still. Not coming in. And Lurkerner just said it. Still on the bench. Openly, yeah, Fletcher says still. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. The load management's only for all-stars. We don't have any all-stars on the team. We're not going to get with any type of load management shenanigans anywhere. Trae Young for 3, no good. Osman with the rebound, gets up to Wesley. Wesley flying up the court as he does. And the ball's going to get knocked out of bounds, and it's actually going to be a Spurs turnover. Garrett, I don't think it was this big. Jacques Francisco, no, it's no load management with this team. It's for all-stars only. And there might be a caveat to that all-stars, like only all-stars within the last 5 years. I don't know the exact ruling. None of our players are eligible for the load management rule. So in pull-up jumper, no good, going to get fouled, and I think he's going live for 2. Am I not entertained? No, we're down by 30. That is what it is. I'm going to try to enjoy the game. Thankfully, Miss TSR watches these games and texts me like 15 to 20 different things that are always fun to see after the game, so I have that to look forward to, and I enjoy hanging out with you guys. And then Sohan with a one-handed free throw. We got to 40! I'm sure people are upset Wemby's not playing. Count me as one of those. Cut the lead to 28. No, Wemby hasn't played in the second half yet, Glaze and Bacon. Ball's going to get knocked out. And Sohan has 16 points. He's playing well. Wemby hasn't played he's been benched right now, Glaze and Bacon. This is our starting lineup that started the second half. Champagny, Sohan, Barlow, Osman, and Wesley. Trey Jones benched. Demisel benched. Wemby benched. And I get some of those, but Wemby, you still need a defensive presence in there. Jalen Johnson misses in the paint. The ball's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be Spurs ball. I'm not going to go to the game on the 24th against the Thunder. I'll have to find someone in San Antonio to give it to free. I would go if I didn't live in Connecticut. Spurs ball. Sohan thinks about passing the ball, and he does to Champagny for 3. Julian Champagny finally hitting a couple shots. It's about time, Julian. They just put up a stat. The Spurs have 0 points in the last 3 seconds. What the hell was that, TNT? What? Trae Young almost turns the ball over. Sadiq Bey said gets the ball into the paint, and he'll lose it, but it'll be a foul on the Spurs. That's right. Only down 25. That's a single ticket. So I would totally say, hey, I'll go to the game, but I live in Connecticut. Sadiq Bey at the line. Sadiq with is Sadiq Bey like an Incredible Hulk fan? Because he's got one green streak in his hair. I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm kind of curious what's going on with that. Should have started with lineup. I don't think I would like this lineup to start. What's with that red and purple in the hair? Did he have red and purple? I thought I saw green. His hair was doing a lot of weird stuff for me. 44-71, Spurs down by 27. Cedi Osman with the ball for San Antonio, looking to get it to somebody, anybody. Blake Leslie now with the ball back to Osman, and a turnover for the Spurs. Sebastian, good afternoon. Let's go bench. Let's go bench. Kyle, they're playing like the Cowboys did yesterday. True story. Isabel! I texted my girlfriend. We were talking about the game being early, and I was like, hey, Isabel can actually hang out at a normal time. And the Spurs are having one of the worst games of the year. Wemby has not scored yet and has not played 1 second yet in the second half. Can't compare a rebuild team to a playoff team in the NFL. You're right. At least the rebuild team, you have some hope. I said it. Too soon? Trae Young out on three-point land. Step back three over... Like Wesley's no good. And now another whistle. Defensive foul or offensive foul on Saddiq Bey. The guy tripped over his own feet, and that's a foul. Sounds about right. No point in playing this bench anyways. More than half the team will be out of the team next season. Play the core group. Like, yeah, Kyle, congratulations on the Texans. I did not see that coming. I'm happy for you. Your team, what a turnaround. Obviously, Stroud's a big reason for that, but man, they're legit. Osman for three. Nope. Trae Young with the rebound. 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. The Spurs are getting beat 71-44. Young drawing all sorts of contact that passes it out. And the reverse layup is good for Mr. Capella. Lead back to 29. They're showing Victor on the bench. Apparently that's the only time we're going to see him in this game. Barlow flies in the paint, throws it up, gets a whole bunch of nothing. Sohan with the putback, a whole bunch of nothing. That's a double air ball. The rare double air ball for the Spurs. If you're going to play bad, just go big or go home, and we're going big today. Jalen Johnson pull-up jumper is no good. Sohan with the rebound, 73-44. If Fleming doesn't come back into this game, oh my. Champagny pull up. All right, we talked some crap about Julian Champagny. He must have heard us. He's listening, and he's playing better. Sohan one of the only players that airball from 5 feet. He does have that special talent. CJ Stroud became the youngest quarterback to win a playoff game. Is he the youngest player to win youngest quarterback to win a playoff game? Sebastian, we're playing bad. Kyle, that's awesome. I'm shocked how good he is. We won 2 games in a row, and they sat in Wemby. Lost all chemistry game. Well, Fletcher says the thing is, the team still played well on Saturday and almost won that game against Chicago. I don't know what's going on today. Clint Capella's at the line for 2. First free throw is, whoa. That was short. That was way short. Jordan, I don't know why Wemmy's not playing. I seriously have no idea. He's got 0 points so far, and he hasn't played 1 second of the third quarter. I know Pop doesn't care about nationally televised games, but a nationally televised game, and the biggest attraction for the Spurs, besides Coyote, isn't even in the game. Of course, Coyote's not there tonight because it's in Atlanta. Like Leslie with the ball, just kind of dribbling around, looks a little lost. Maybe he's thinking about a ham sandwich right now. I don't know. And now takes an absolutely awful off-bounds jumper, but does get contact and will go to the line for 2. The champagne has been uncorked. I wonder if that ref is single. Is there a female ref on the court I'm not seeing? You guys have mentioned a ref a couple times now. What am I missing? Unless it's a dude you're looking at, then hey, that's whatevs. I see 1 dude ref in the paint. Is Wesley, did he just miss the first free throw? As I was thinking about, he can't shoot a free throw to save his life. Shane Folney, ouch. Oh, Hannah, is that her? Where is she? Oh, I see a girl ref. Might be better to watch her than this game, right? Wesley sucked at free throws. Kyle, watch it, buddy. I see what you're talking about now. I can't really get a good look at her. Is she number 13? Saddiq Bey for 3. 76-48. All right, it's 13. I caught her, Albert. Wesley with the bar now. Over to Champagny. Champagny for 3. No good. It is Hawks ball. Oh, boy. 76-48. Dejounte Murray drives in the paint. Stops, pops. Short jumper is good. And we're going to have a timeout 78-48. Yeah, I caught her spoil them out. She's got a tight bum. Oh, Bacano, we're getting annihilated. This is a rough game. This is a rough game for sure. Embarrassing would be one way to put it. Drew, I won't be doing that, but have fun. That's Luke. Yeah, I think I might be Luca's girl. By the way, we might not get Trey with this performance. He showed up to audition for the Spurs, and we were butt. I think we'd have to give up way too much. I mean, let's look at it this way, Spurs fans. A lot of Spurs fans are talking about, not necessarily Dejounte Murray. I think a lot of Spurs fans would, it seems like, rather have Trae Young. If the Hawks blow this up, if they really blow things up within the next year, we've got unprotected lottery picks in 2025 and 27 and a pick swap in 26. If that team's bad, and those are lottery picks and like top 5 lottery picks, not only do we have, our young guns that we've been building a team around, hopefully a playoff team by then, but then you're reloading with lottery picks? I'm just saying. I agree, Anthony. Who do you think the ideal trade for point guard would be, TSR? Who would I want, and who would you be willing to give away? I mean, if you're saying who would I want for a point guard right now, Luka Doncic, Tyrese Halliburton, none of those players available. Some folks say, hey, let's get a vet like Chris Paul. One, he ain't going to want to come here. Well, one, he's got a broken hand, but he's not going to want to come here and play for a team that's rebuilding. And that's a Band-Aid. That would help the team play better this year, but he's obviously not in the long-term plans as he's pushing 40. So I would go for one of the young stud point guards. You guys talk about Trae Young. I just got to think that Atlanta's going to want way too much for him, especially considering how much they gave up for Dejounte Murray. I think they're going to want all 3 picks back, plus a lot more. And is Trae Young really the solution? Or does a team become kind of a mid-team with Trae Young? They become like a 7th to 10th seed, but just never good enough to get over the hump and no longer have good draft picks anymore? I've always been a proponent of building through the draft and building through trades. And you look at the Spurs teams that have won championships, drafted. He's not up there yet, but Tony Parker was drafted. And I'm just going to, my little Spurs heart is still going to hope that we can find a point guard in the draft this year. And that's the one missing piece, whether it's Isaiah Collier, Nikola Topic, or the other guy. Or we get Alexander Sarr this year, and then next year Cooper Flagg's available. And he declares early, and we get him too. And then, I don't know. We could get the first overall pick. We could. Joshua, exactly. Patient in draft. What we don't want to do is what I believe the Dallas Mavericks did, is they tried to build so quickly around Luka Doncic. Didn't he bring in like Kristaps Porzingis, some other vets, and they tried to win right away, and it wasn't enough, and now they're kind of stuck-ish right now. They've drafted like trash since Murray and White. Joshua, they've had some bad picks. Luka Samanic was a bad pick. Joshua Primo, I know, extenuating circumstances, was an awful pick. Some people don't like the Devin Vassell pick because I believe Tyrese Halliburton was picked shortly, or maybe right after him. Alperen Sengun was picked right after Joshua Primo. Wemby's back in the game and just fell down. It is first ball. Jones runner in the paint is no good. Wemby with the putback, and Wemby gets on the board with a dunk.
Thunder dunk of justice.
Rich, that female ref could flagrant foul me any day. Oh my goodness. Turnover for the Hawks. Trey Jones gets it up to Kelvin. Kelvin's going to fake the 3, gets it down to Jeremy Sohan. Sohan back out to Trey Jones. Jones in the paint. Back out to Kelvin, wide open for 3. Our 3-point shooting sucks. Sengun has been awesome, just awesome. I was going to say awful because I saw a turnover by the Hawks. Kelvin with a follow-up 3. Oh my God. Stop chucking 3s! Sohan turn around the paint is no good. This is the Rockets game 2.0. We're chucking 3s left and right. That's a miss and a putback for Sadiq Bey. 80-50. Now, Wemby, I think that was another dunk on a quick pass down the other, and I actually missed it because it happened so fast. I was looking at the chat for a half second. Send Kelvin to Alaska. That's a miss for Bey. It is Spurs ball. Let's start that comeback right now. Trey Jones with the ball for the Spurs. Drives in the paint. Out to Kelvin. Kelvin's going to drive baseline. Off the glass, no good. We do have a whistle. Jared, it's not our best game. Definitely not our best game. This is, yeah. We're 14 thumbs up away from 125. I'm hoping we can get to that. So if y'all can help a brother out, a depressed Spurs fan, and hit the thumbs up if you haven't done so already, I greatly appreciate you.
Go Spurs, go! Go Spurs, go!
I think I'm going to have pizza for dinner tonight. I need something to cheer me up after this game. Spurs, when they don't know how to get through a defense, Three-pointer. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, Wemmy's definitely bulked up Asia. I agree with Drew. He was rail thin in Summer League. He's still thin. You can tell he's putting some muscle on. Looks like Wemmy wants to throw up. Maybe. Kellen's second free throw. He missed the first one. He makes the second one. Right? Tommy, let's play some Spurs basketball. And Spurs basketball is not just running up and chucking threes. Speaking of chucking threes, I think that was Bogdanovich for three. It was. Vassell with the ball. He has been ice cold this game. Gets it to Champagny. Champagny trying to get it into Wemmy. Wemmy gets the ball. One-on-one with Jalen Johnson. Drives in the paint. Passes it out to Trey Jones. Jones does not take the three. Gets it back out to Champagny. Champagny's three. Julian Champagny finally is hitting some shots. Thank goodness. Carlos, I don't think that they'd be able to let that happen. That can't happen. Trae Young with the ball. Was that a travel or did they get poked by the Champagny? That's right, the Champagny. Trae still with the ball way out in three-point land, getting double teamed, and he turns the ball over. Spurs on the run. Trey Jones will bring it up. Alley-oop to Vassell. Vassell gonna throw it down.
Thunder dunk of justice.
Lead down to 25. Yes, he does, Jared. We got a lot of football today. I'm excited. And another turnover for Atlanta. The Spurs are coming back. Jones, alley-oop to Wemby. Alley-oop, Wemby, donkey. That was terrible. Sorry.
Thunder dunk of justice.
That may have been my worst call of the year. Whatever. Thunder dunk of justice. Alley-oop, Wemby dunk. I can't talk. Bogdanovich will get the ball out to Okongwu for three, no good. Trey Jones over to Champagny. Champagny for three. Holy Champagny! Timeout by Atlanta. What? Are we coming back a little bit now? Champagny is heating up, finally earning that $3 million contract. Did Veronica Jesus Samuel the Spurs? Rich, if the lead gets under 15 points, will you kiss Selena? I don't know if my girlfriend will be okay with that, Isabel. I mean, how dare I kiss a transparent, non-moving PNG? Yes, Wemby Donkey Delisa. I can't believe that call. That was... I don't know if I should make a YouTube short out of that, because that's actually kind of embarrassing, but maybe somebody kissed the... All right, if we get the lead to 15, I'll boop Coyote, which is a boop on the nose. That's, we do a boop. Me and Coyote will boop on screen. Me and my buddy. Boop. There, he just booped you. The Jesus Samuel hit Champagny. Nice. Hey, I said make it respectable. And there's at least starting to make a little respectable. Richmond ends up being Bills versus Chiefs and Buffalo with special guest Taylor Swift. Stop. Selena Gomez is staring into your soul.
When you're ready, come and get it.
Oh, Albert. Sorry when you're down 30, Champagne's threes don't count? Oh. Hi, Miss TSR. Sorry I suggested that. I'm sure you're pretty... Am I near Buffalo? I 3 or 4 hours? I'm in central Connecticut. I don't know. Oh, I started running the clock by accident. My bad. I'll take Miss TSR over Selena Gomez any day and twice on Sunday. Is it Meghan Markle? I don't think so. Hawks with the ball, and the Spurs are playing well in the third quarter, something I've said a handful of times. Trae Young with an alley-oop, and I think we have a foul in the Spurs. I'm not sure what this is. Champagne's a real name. No, that's a real name. Oh, it was a block by Wemby. It was blocked out of bounds. That's his fourth block, I believe. That was an alley-oop, though. I don't think that's a block. That was an alley-oop attempt. What? That just looks like a deflection. I don't think that counts as a block shot, does it? Screw Snow was right, Adrian. Yes. And the Spurs are challenging that. Wemby was the last one to touch it. Oh! That's going to be Spurs ball. That was off on Kongwu. That's going to be Spurs ball in the challenge, I think. Keep getting those sandals out, Veronica. We're coming back. 83-63. Thank you, Isabel. She says, don't forget to drop a thumbs up. Wembanyama. Yeah, Wembanyama's right here, Carlos. There's Wembanyama. Hi, Carlos Jeter. My name is Wembanyama. That's terrible. This is a... There you go. I don't know what that is, but I want to see if I can do it. You know what? We always need more Chuck Fresh Zero. Chew on his ear? I mean, Coyote will nibble on his ear, but I don't think he'll chew on it. This looks ridiculous. Wait, I'm doing this the wrong way. Grogu there. And maybe Coyote there. Chonklas, sorry, Chonklas. Am I saying it right? Chonklas? The totem pole of greatness. No, Jen Francisco, she does not go things. By the way, if anybody's new here, I'm a huge San Antonio Spurs fan. Cover almost all their games. I was checking the playlist. When it's all said and done, we'll have covered over 90 games for the Spurs this season between the Summer League preseason and the regular season. We have a wonderful sports community. So if you are a Spurs fan or Wemby fan, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I certainly appreciate the thumbs up as well. Manuel, if Atlanta chokes this game, that would be the biggest, gotta be one of the biggest comebacks for the Spurs of all time. Is Selena a Mavericks fan now? Spurs won the challenge. Spurs ball. Let's get this lead down to, I don't know, 12 if we can. A 10-0 run for the Spurs. Vassell gets it to Wemby. Wemby off the glass. And Wemby has heated up this core. I think he's got 6 or 8 points. He came into the second half with 0. Best Spurs channel. Oh, thank you, RG Music. I appreciate that. I really do. I can't wait to have Wemby in the name of up at some point. The song is done. I just need a video. Trae Young runner is no good. Wemby with the rebound. Minute and a half to go. And I know 18's bad, but we were down like 35 at one point. Vassell to the paint. Pull up jumper. Just can't get a bucket. Dang it, Devin. Trae Young is wide open for 3. He's going to take it. He missed it. Trae Young can't buy a shot this half. Spurs on the run, and we're going to have a reach and foul, I think. Oh, Trae Jones turned the ball over. Thank you, Carlos. Love you too. Didn't you have an Alf puppet? Alf? No. I've had Butthead on the channel. Lego Batman. Kermit. Little Kermit, baby Kermit. I had a Britney Spears cardboard Britney over here back in the day. Hawks ball. Under a minute to go. Trae Young in the paint. Off bounce jumper is no good. Gonna get fouled and go for 2. If Selena changes teams, Rich Babe need to change girls. Who else, though? Devin was selling it. Greetings from Melmac. Oh. You know, Fresh Zero, that's the one thing I'll say about Devin Vassell. He's been taking a lot of tough shots this year, and a game like tonight, they're not going down, and we need him bad. First free throw's good. You've seen Lego Batman, Veronica. The like plushy Lego Batman. You've seen it on the channel. Shout out to my Giants fans in the chat. There aren't many on the channel, but I am so thankful for the video that you guys watched yesterday, the Giants fan reaction for the Cowboys losing. That is the most watched football video on the channel, and hopefully more to come like that. Keldon for 3. Keldon and Devin are awful today. Just awful. That's turnover for the Hawks. Yes, I think even the cheerleaders are better than the players. Have you thought about the Spurs cheerleaders? I don't know about that. He would like to take fadeaway jumpers like he's Jordan half the time for the season. TSR is not the hero we deserve, but the hero we need. That is Edgar. That is awesome. Spurs ball. we can get the lead to under 20, make the game respectable. Trey Jones in the paint, the runner is good. All right. 10 seconds to go. Let's get a stop here, Spurs fans. Let's get a stop. Kogashiba, we've made it interesting at least. We're not down by a million. Trey Young with the ball, going to take off the floater. It's 20 points. Jonathan, man. I tried not, I wanted to troll you guys yesterday in that short about the Cowboys losing. I didn't need to. It almost feels like a joke right now. It's like the joke writes itself. Like, how every year do you make the playoffs and this exit generally in the first game you play? And the team had been undefeated at home. I figured they could beat Green Bay. No, they can't. Boudet, the Spurs were awful in the first half. Absolutely awful. The Spurs got outscored 69-34 in the first half. They did play much better in the third. Much, much better. They outscored the Hawks 33-18 in the third quarter. So they are playing significantly better. With that first half, they were awful. Devin is 2 for 10 from the field. Kelvin is 0 for 7. Part of our big nucleus that we thought would be, leading the team moving forward with Wemby, they are combined 2 of 17. Devin has been awful. Kelvin actually has been worse. And I'm rocking his jersey. Good Lord. Julian Champagny is playing better than Devin and Kelvin combined. That's not going to get you a lot of victories these days. Cowboy X Factor and Veronica, the greatest Cowboys fan, and Rich, the greatest Spurs fan, and Jared and I, the greatest Yankees fan, and Zach, the greatest Giants fan. We all wow. Wemmy's going to need to have like 40 points in the fourth quarter. Jeremy played well in the first half. Boudet has disappeared in the second. Michael Estrada, that's what I'm hoping for. Keep fighting, and, if you lose, you lose, but lose going down swinging. Vassell's not an all-star, not even an upcoming star. When he's on, he is really good. The problem is he's wildly inconsistent. Dare I say he's a better version of Lonnie Walker. Still a winnable game. Not impossible, but it could be very difficult. How did the Cowboys lose to Jordan Love in his first year starting since Rodgers left? I think Jedi Saints would beat at home. Wow. And your sister, the greatest Spurs, Giants, Yankees fan too. Wait, is your sister a Spurs, Giants, and Yankees fan? The same team as me? Kogashiba, Wemby had 0 in the first half. He was 0 for 4. Wemby was not getting it done offensively. He's now 4 of 8, so he's actually 4 of 4 in the second half. He's barely played in the game, so I'm hoping he gets some good minutes in the fourth. Trey is a third-string point guard. No, Michael, I would disagree with that. I like Trey Jones, but I like him better as a backup point guard. But right now, he is the best point guard we have on the team, so he should be starting. Jordan Love is Dak Prescott's father. How many times has Vassell good the entire season? Like 4 to 7 times at 82? I would say it's more than that, Odyssey. How many times is he great? He's been great twice this year. When he went for 34 and 36, he's had quite a few good games in the mix. And he's also had quite a few clunkers. And tonight is a huge example of one. Oh, Asia. Oh, I saw Ace, so I was like, I don't think Asia's a Spurs fan. I think she's a Knicks fan, but she hangs out on the channel because she's a TSR fan, and I appreciate that. Jeremy does need to color his hair. Here for the 3-pointers to come? I hope not. All right, fourth quarter on the way, Spurs fans. If there are any Hawks fans in the chat, thank you for hanging out. We're going to have a whistle to start off Q4. A point guard like Londo or even Tyus Jones will be good for us right now. Kyle, I don't know what Pop's doing with Wemby. I seriously have no idea. Nothing. You're right, Cowboy X Factor. And a block by Wemby. And Yekan Congo was going up for a dunk, and Wemby said, no. And then the Spurs turned the ball over. The Pistons win today? What? Against who? Trae Young with the ball. You're going to go around the world and find open Garrison Matthews for three. No good. Moncagu with the rebound. Old Butterfingers Wemby on that one. And now the ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by Trey Jones. It will stay with Atlanta. Pistons beat... Oh, well, the Wizards are terrible. The bottom of the NBA is the Pistons, the Spurs, and the Wizards. And I think we have 2 games against the Wizards coming up, which we should win. We should win those. Wizards are awful. Shot clock at 5 for the Atlanta Hawks. Whole lot of dribbling by Bogdanovich. He'll finally throw it up, and that's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. Veronica, your name is... I think we do have the Wizards 2 games coming up, don't we? Like within the next 6 or 7 games? We can beat them. Not playing like this, but playing like we did the previous 5 games. Yes, Wemby gets double teamed in the post. Out to Dougie McBuckets. 17-point game. Here we go. CB, no, they cannot trade Trug at halftime. Or after the game. Toby, fans seem split on him this season. Very split. Cecil Storrs, good afternoon to you. It is Hawks ball. Pull up 3. Is no good by Garrison Matthews, and an offensive foul on the Hawks. It's Spurs ball. We have all the minimum right now. It's not unreasonable that we can't come back. 17 points is a lot with that much time. I think I saw the Clippers do it against the Warriors like 4 or 5 years ago in the playoffs. They came back from like 30-something. I think they were down 20-plus in the fourth quarter. Wemby with the ball right now for the Spurs. Out to Dougie for another 3. Dang it. Oh, we needed that. Oh, we needed that, Dougie. It's okay. It is Hawks ball. Up by 17. A little over 10 minutes to go. Trae Young looking for a pick and roll. Just double team instead for his troubles. It's over to Matthews. Matthews with the ball. Back to Trae Young. 8 on the shot clock. Trae gets double teamed again. Spurs trying to play some defense. Back over to Matthews for 3. And when you double team somebody, you're going to leave somebody open for 3. Duran, what, a 20-19 game? Duran's a beast. Wemby for 3. Sorry, I cringed a little bit, but we've been taking a lot of threes today and missing them. And all right, maybe Mr. Fourth Quarter will show up. Wemby now with 11 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 blocks. All 11 points in the second half. He scored 0 in the first half. Trae Young's floater in the paint, no good. Wemby with another board. I think that gives him a double-double now. Trey Jones will bring it up for San Antonio. Back to Wemby. Fakes the 3. Drives in the paint. And Wemby!
Thunder dunk of justice.
Wemby flies in, cuts through the paint, and throws it down hard, and the team is down by 15. Where was this in the first half, Spurs fans? Finally, this just finally playing with some passion and some fire. This was not existent at all in the first half. We were down 35. At the end of the first half, the Spurs were down 69-34. They've outscored the Hawks 41-21 so far in the second half. Wemby had 0, nothing in the first half, and has 13. I don't know, maybe Pop Bench and a lot of the stars woke their ASS's up. They're playing with some passion now. Told you, at least you can kiss Coyote. Oh, I said boop. Ready? Boop. It is Wemby time, Steve. It's now respectable. Because I was asking in the first half, what's the record for a Spurs loss? Because it looked like we were on the way to that. The team was playing like doo-doo, but they're finally playing with some... If the Spurs come back, they have to give us one of their guards on the lowest compensation. I don't think it works like that, but that wouldn't be the worst thing. Hey! Glad our Spurs are fighting. Man, I'm going to have some cheeses crust for dinner. Isn't Spike Lee's a Knicks fan? Is he at the Hawks game? But I'm going to have some pizza for dinner. I'm going to celebrate... well, I'm not celebrating anything. I'm just going to have some pizza for dinner. The holiday, so I'm taking the day off from working out. Had a little bit of sweets today, too, but I'll get back and get into working out. Got to look good for Miss TSR. Got to look good for me, really, really. It's either you play your best or you sit your ASS on the bench. That's right. If you're playing bad, you're fired. I could see him taking Wemby out for a couple minutes, and then he should play the last 6 or 7 minutes. He probably could use a break. But let's keep fighting. I'm glad to see the team is fighting. That's what I wanted. I've said it all year. If you lose, so be it. But go down fighting. And they're fighting in the second half. And Trey's... Yeah, I wouldn't say Trey. I still wouldn't say Trey's a third-string point guard. He's very good at getting the ball to his teammates. He's got a very good assist-to-turnover ratio. He's pesky on defense. He's not the best defender. He's undersized, but I would definitely not say he's a third string. He's a very good backup. He's a very, very good backup point guard, and considering it was a second-round pick, I believe 41st overall, the Spurs have definitely... I would say that was a hit for a draft pick. If you got a second-round pick, I mean, he's not a Manu Ginobili hit. Not everybody is. Or Nikola Jokic. Who could ever thought he would be drafted in the second round? Or who would have thought he would become the player he did? But I would say Trey Jones was a good hit. Chris Stotts is celebrating right now to be in Boston instead of Washington. Well, yes, Kyle. I'm sure he is. Good grief. You know, Jared, if the Eagles lose tonight, that'd be a cherry on top, at least, of my NFL weekend. Christian, good afternoon to you. I'm going to take... Well, you're not... You're more... Nice. Oh, wait, you put Spews. Spews, come on. Isabel, the Frenchie with the $2 super chat says, stats for being a good sport. Appreciate the support, Isabel, and thank you for your undying support, because it is late where you are. Not today, but actually, it is late. It's 10:30 in the evening, but usually you're coming in these streams at, 1, 2, 3 in the morning? So thank you so much for being a dedicated Spurs fan and a TSR supporter. Sadiq Bey for 3 from the corner, no good. Devin Vassell with the rebound. Is Wemby still in there? Spurs ball, Sohan in the paint. Little jump hook. We've cut the lead to 13. I am on a little bit of a delay, Helen, so just please wait until I announce the score, because you guys are probably ahead of me. I am streaming this on my Roku on Sling. Sling is usually behind cable TV by like 20 seconds, so just please be a little slower with the score in the chat. Wemby with a block, but he's going to get called for the foul. He doesn't like it. Are the Spurs going to challenge this? I don't like that call. Of course I'm not going to like it as a Spurs fan. Clint Capella out in the line for 2. Buffalo or KC? Buffalo hasn't played yet, have they? I thought they have to play... Don't they play the Seahawks this afternoon? Am I losing it there, Kyle? I thought Buffalo was playing Pittsburgh this afternoon, and then we got filling in Tampa Bay tonight. Yeah, am I getting confused? We don't have any challenges. Okay, Fred Sure. He missed the second one. The ball don't lie. Wemby on the bench. I get it. Probably going to sit for 2 to 2.5 minutes, depending on the score. Maybe 3, but we definitely need him. We need Kelvin to stop playing bad, too. He's been awful. Sohan's going to drive, gets into the paint. Out to Blake Wesley. Wesley going to take off in the paint. Throws up a layup. Nope. All right. Bench, do not blow this comeback. We got it down to 14. Keep the pressure on. Is the pressure getting to you, Bennett? Play some D. Get some good O. Everybody likes good O, right? Not playing any defense as there's a miss and a putback by, I think that was Sadiq Bey with the putback. Back to 16. Buffalo's on now. What's the score in that game, my friends? What's the score in the Bills game? Buffalo Bills and Pittsburgh Steelers. Kelvin with the ball, going to drive baseline. Nope. 8 on the shot clock. Kelvin now going to get it out to Dougie for 3. Little short. Dejounte Murray with the rebound. James, I think Wemby had played like 8 or 9 minutes a row, which is way over his average for the Spurs. So I think Pop was giving a little breather. And we're going to have a foul in the paint. 93-77. The Spurs were down by 35 at half. Richie at 14-0. If they win, they play KC at home. Oh, okay. Robert, the pressure getting to you, Bennett, was Commando. So it is an auto movie. I don't like this lineup either. Jeremy Sohan as center. We're very undersized. Not a fan. It's also not up to me. I mean, I'm not coaching. Capella's first free throw is good, and the lead is back up to 17. That is Spike Lee at the game. I just saw him. Way too small without Wemby or Barlow. Capella's second free throw is good. Back to 18. Exactly, Jesus. 0 rebounding in the court. Yeah, well, I think as soon as Wemby comes out, game starts to flip again. We'll see. Somebody's going to have to step up for the Spurs. Kelman into the paint, throws it up. Gets a miss. Gets it back. Puts it in. And has his first bucket of the game and in an and one. And he's all fired up. I don't know why you're all fired up. You've been playing like doo-doo, my man. I guess he's fired up because he finally got a bucket. I think he's 1 of 9 from the field or something atrocious. He's 1 of 9 today. 1 of 9. Kelvin. You gotta be better than this, man. Bacano, I don't think we're very high up. Manuel seems to be... Couldn't see the rest of it. 3-point play is good. What is it? Manuel seems to be a nice guy. You were stopping it. Under 7 minutes to go, 15-point game. And that's a Hawks turnover as they launch the ball into the crowd. It's right. Let's make it 10, Steve. Did Doug not play in the first half at all, Zach? I thought he did. I thought he played in the first half. I thought I saw him running out there. The momentum went to the bench with Wemby. Hopefully, Boudet, we can get the momentum back. Sohan in the paint, layup. 13-point game. Come on, Spurs. Keep fighting. Jeremy with 21 points tonight. Having a good game. Timeout. Timeout, Atlanta. 13. All right. We got to get Wemby back in the game, man. You know what time it is. Baby Coyote. King of the San Antonio Spurs. Hey, baby Coyote. We're going to have none of that. No giving Selena kisses. Yes, unlucky number 13. I was a manager for Chisano. I have no idea what you're talking about, Adrian, but all good. Victor's played 21 minutes. He's on a 25-minute restriction, I believe, still to this day. So maybe he'll come in at the 4-minute mark. We are 27. Just look, we are bottom 4. Oh, thank you, Bacano. If the Spurs win, do you think the ref will give me a kiss? Sure. Maybe. Spurs have outscored the Hawks 48-26 in the second half. And it's really disappointing that it took us this long to wake up. And if Kelman and Devin weren't playing so awful, it'd be a much closer game, maybe like a 5-point game or less. And I hate to say it, but Devin playing as bad as he did on Saturday may have cost us the game. And you hate to single out a player, but when these are supposed to be your best players, I mean, if you look at the roster, if you say who are your top 3 guys, I think most Spurs fans would say, whether you like them or not, Victor Wembanyama and then Devin and Kelvin. And after that, probably debatable who it is, but I feel like that's the top 3 guys. And when 1 or 2 of those guys are playing bad, and all 3 didn't have a good first half. Well, I mean, the defense was there. He had a few blocks in the first half. Offensively, he wasn't cooking, but he's cooking offensively now in the second half. Unfortunately, Devin and Kelvin are still missing in action. That's right. Pop, screw your restricted minutes. The ref will give you a kiss. Is that right? Okay. Snow in South Texas shuts down everything. No bueno. Really? You read those popular guys? John Lou, good afternoon. No one on the Spurs got better this year. Blake Wesley has played better. Blake Wesley's been playing better. Kelman and Devin are kind of samey as last year. Trey Jones is probably saying, yeah, a lot of our guys are playing similar basketball to they did last year. So I wouldn't say there's nobody I would say that stands out that I would say is vastly improved over last year. Dominic Barlow. Dominic Barlow is much better than last year, but that's a bench player again. Trey showed up last game, he did. Sohan showed up today, and Vassell was nowhere in both games. That's fair. Remember back in the day when Pop would pull all the stars in the first quarter? Yes. Didn't matter if it was Tim Duncan or not. Wemby does need to check himself in again, Vera. You're right. Devin has 4 points today. He's got 4. 4 damn points. 4. I think Keldon has 5, maybe? Keldon has 5. Devin with 4, Keldon with 5. Wow. Wow. That's not gonna win us a lot of games, but or any. Anyway, it's gonna be Atlanta ball. Dejounte Murray with the ball, loses the ball, gets the loose ball, 7 on the shot clock, gets it over to Trae Young. Trae Young with the pull-up 3, no good. A fight for the board, and now a whistle. Foul on the Hawks. Our ball, we can cut it to 11. Come on, Spurs. Is Wemby back out there? Wemby's not back out there. All right, maybe he comes in at the 5-minute mark. He better come in no later than the 5-minute mark. We need him. Sohan drives in the paint, throws up a difficult Jeremy Sohan, I like the aggressiveness there. Took it right at the heart of the defense for the Hawks and put up a very difficult layup and made it. 11-point game with 6 minutes to go. Is Wemby off the bench? I didn't see if he was. Sadiq Bey with the ball right now. 1-on-1 with Champagnie. Lose the ball. We have a foul. Oh! You're right. He does have purple and black hair. Sadiq Bey, I saw the green stripe earlier. He's got to be a Hulk fan. Does anyone know Sadiq Bey is a huge Hulk fan? He's got 1 green stripe and 1 purple stripe. The Hulk had green skin and wore purple pants. I'm going to say Sadiq Bey is a big Hulk guy. I'm going to be totally wrong, but that's what I'm going with. Allen, 52-yard touchdown. Oh, boy, that game looks like it's almost over, Greg. Bey misses the first free throw. Wemby's coming back in. Wemby's coming back in. No, it's an Incredible Hulk thing. Saying it's Hulk. I'm probably wrong, but I'm going to go with Hulk. Sadiq Bey at the line for 1 more. Didn't make that one. That's okay. That's okay. Man, I'm not going to need to watch that Bills game. 21-0. 96-84 Spurs ball. Sohan with the ball again into the paint. Throws up a very off-balance tough shot. I did not like that one, Jeremy. That was a 4th shot. Maybe playing a little hero ball there, if I'm being honest. Didn't need that shot there. And now Sohan with the steal. You heard me talking some crap. Jeremy spins around behind the back, gets it to Wemby. Wemby throws it down.
Thunder dunk of justice.
This is what I wanted to see the Spurs all game. A fight, and they are fighting hard in the second half. If they played any type of decent basketball in the first, they'd be probably winning this game. It is Hawks ball. Spurs D'ing up to Dejounte. He'll kick it out for an open 3 from Jalen Johnson. No good. Spurs ball. And I don't know why Spike Lee's here, but he is. Sohan's going to drive in the paint again. Back to Wemby. Wemby's going to put it down again and one. Oh my goodness.
Thunder dunk of justice.
The Spurs are down by 8. Wow. The Spurs are absolutely making a comeback right now. Wemby's 8 of 8 in the second half, Dragon. Let's get this free throw. 17 second half points. He had 0 in the first. 7-point game. 7-point game. And this is a very winnable game now. Down by 7 with 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Extremely winnable, my friends. And Jared, exactly. Where was this in the first half? All the momentum is on the Spurs side. The Spurs are on a 12-1 run in the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds. We were down 35 at half. Trae Young runner in and out. Clint Capella with the rebound. You're going to find Dejounte Murray open for 3. Damn it. Second chance opportunities. Cannot give teams second chance opportunities. But you know what? Let me throw down another dunk on the other on the fast break. I didn't even see it happen so fast.
Thunder dunk of justice.
Hawks were sleeping and Wemby took it down the other. Wemby with a big block on Trae Young. Spurs ball. 4 minutes to go. Demasol just turned the ball over, and we got lucky. Lucky. The Hawks stepped out of bounds on that one. This game is nuts. Holy crap, Wemby is balling out in the second half. Sonian MVP most valuable polish, dude. Come on. Wemby with 20 points, 11 more than 5 blocks in 23 minutes. Most of that is all the points are in the second half. He had 0 at halftime. Toby, the first half was garbage. And the alley-oop to Wemby on the inbound pass.
Dunk of justice.
And now a turnover by the Hawks. And Keldon with the layup. Oh, he missed the layup. Ah, Keldon. Keldon. You're killing me, Keldon. We caused a turnover, and Keldon couldn't get the layup. That would have made it a 4-point game. Offensive foul on Capella. We'll take it. That's 5 dunks in 2 minutes, Kokoshibo. Michael Andrew, good afternoon. What a comeback by the Spurs. Wemby has 17 points in the second half. You, Keldon, and Devin have been awful today. Sohan turns the ball over. Jalen Johnson in the paint, throws it up, and 1. Yeah, John Lou, that was a bad miss. John Doe, happy birthday to you. Yes, Steve, a good fight. You're going to have a heart attack, Rich. Hey, we're still in this. We are still in this. You know what? We need more Chuck. There we go. Jalen Johnson at the line for 1. Jalen Johnson with 13 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 steals tonight. My man's got 5 steals? Good grief. That's right. Get the chocolates out, Veronica. 9-point game. 3 minutes to go, Spurs fans. Hawks fans, thank you for being here as well. Thank you all for being here on a Monday. 8 on the shot clock for the Spurs. Son gets the ball on the Wemby. Wemby's going to turn on. Wemby with another dunk!
Dunk of justice.
Nobody can stop Victor. 102-95. Trae Young with the ball, going to take off in the paint. Get to the Capella. Capella's going to get a dunk over Sohan and Wemby. Wow, that was a big one by Clint Capella. No, Sohan played well, Vera. Jones going to kick it out to Keldon for 3. Keldon, come on, make a bucket. Johnson, the runner with paint down the other end. No good. Wemby with the rebound. Ball's going to go out of bounds. I think it's staying with Atlanta. Spike Lee, yeah, he might be. Keldon is awful today. And I'm wearing my man's jersey. That was a double poster, Jared. 9-point game. I mean, Victor's doing everything he can to will this team back. Sohan's been playing very well. A lot. Kelvin and Devin are awful today. I hate to say it. Kelvin's extra bad. After being fantastic Saturday, Kelvin is awful. And Devin was awful Saturday, and he's awful today. If they were playing any sort of type of Spurs basketball today, the Spurs would be winning this damn game. But they both have not shown up today. Kelvin's 1 of 11. 1 of 11. Dejounte Murray shot's no good. Wemby with the rebound. All right, 2-minute warning. Kelvin's going to fly into the paint. And an offensive foul. Take him out of the game. I'm sorry, take him out of the game. Take him out of the game at this point. He's playing awful. I like Keldon. Sit his butt down. He can't make a shot. Sub him out. I don't get it. He's playing awful. Take him out of the game. Yeah, Cubs put up. He's 1 of 13. Why is he still in there? Get the ball on the Trae Young. 9-point game. 104-95. I'm not trying to pick on our guys, but when they're playing like doo-doo, pull them out. Keldon with a steal, now a whistle. Mars 101, thank you for stopping in. Keldon has 4 turnovers. Keldon has almost as many points or turnovers as he does points. Oh, he's 2 of 10? Keldon's 2 of 10? That's still bad. Keldon had the steal, but he also tripped Trae Young from behind. I mean, they're going to call that. John Louis, he's not helping. Him and Devin have been bad today. I hate to say it, they've been bad. Trae Young started this game 10 of 14 in the first half. In the second half, he's 1 of 10. 29 points in the first half, only 4 in the second. He has gone ice cold. I did say doo-doo, and now I said it again. Hawks ball, and 2 teammates coming up for Trae Young. 2 teammates. 2 free throws coming up for Trae Young. Yeah, but Vassell's been bad too. Does Trey Jones have 11 assists? I'm guessing most of them are to Wemby. 10-point game. And Trey's playing well. Wemby's playing well. Sohan's playing well. Vassell and Johnson. Well, it's now or never, Spurs fans. We got to do something in this next minute. We need like a 7-0 run in the next minute. Devin with the ball right now, guarded by former teammate Dejounte Murray. Devin takes off, launches a 3. Keldon with the rebound, out to Sohan. Sohan's going to take off, back out to Wemby. Wemby's going to launch a 3. Short. I don't know about chucking 3s at the end there, Spurs. And now another foul on the Spurs. And we're going to get probably 2 more free throws for Trae Young. Moral victory? JPA, good afternoon. Yeah, Adrian, this will probably end up going down as a moral victory. They were down 35. They fought back. If a couple of their guys played better, and if they didn't put themselves in such a huge freaking hole in the first half, this is a winnable game. Right, Helen? Instead of just having that energy in the second half, bring it. Have a moral victory. Bring it in the first half. Kyle, that's not right. Keldon's not 3 of 23 the last 2 games because he had a good game on Saturday. I think he was only 4 of 8 from the field. Are you sure you're not talking about Devin Vassell? Kyle, I think Devin might be 3 of 23 the last 2 games. But Keldon had a good game on Saturday. He was 4 of 8 from the field, I think. Had a ton of free throws. I think he had like 26 points. So Keldon was good on Saturday, so there's no way that's Keldon's stat. And I'll bet none of Wemby's dunks will make the NBA top 10, right? Jorge, I obviously like Keldon. I love this jersey, but I don't love his play today. Keldon was not 1 of 13 against the Bulls, Kyle. I'm willing to bet you money on that. Devin was 1 of 13. Jeremy's going to fly in and the dunk gets blocked and broken up. Fashion flexing, I'm sure he's tired of losing. But so, there it is, Kyle. Come on, man. You're talking to a Spurs fan that watches every game. I'm not going to know all the stats, but I know Devin was bad Saturday and Keldon was not. Both are bad today. Wemby's going to get the ball to Trae Jones. Jones in the paint, good. The 10-point game, it's still possible. That was a great pass by Wemby. Wemby can pass. Point Wemby. Spurs need to stop fouling. Like, really need to stop fouling. Do I have the right guy? Is ESPN showing the right team? Murray for 3. No good. Jeremy Sohan with the rebound. Oh, boy, under a minute to go and down by 10. Not much time. Wemby's going to launch a 3. That's short. That's probably game. That's game. A valiant effort by the Spurs. A great second half. Unfortunately, the first half was just so bad they couldn't climb out of the hole. A little too much to ask. That being said, I'm glad our guys fought. And there's a Jalen Johnson dunk to emphasize the game is over. If you get the thumbs up on the way out, we great appreciate it. Wemby will have a reverse layup near the end, 109.99. If you get a thumbs up on the way out, we'll go over the end of game stats when we get to the end of the game. Spurs playing a full court defense. It's just there's not enough time. Not enough time. And now Trae Young's just going to run around and dribble the ball, let the shot clock run out. Robert's launching 3s now because of the score. Wemby with 26, and that was all in the second half. And he had, 6 dunks? Spurs will let the clock run out, I'm sure. It was an effort. It was an effort. I mean, I'm glad they didn't end up losing by 40 or 50 because we were down 35. 35 in the first half, and this could have been a lot uglier than it was for Spurs fans. So, Rich, Keldon's manning stats this game: 5 points, 1 of 10. We're going to go look at those said stats right now.
Go Spurs, go! Go Spurs, go!
Proud of the second half, and Wemby was absolutely fantastic, which, no surprise, Spurs fans, he usually is. Actually, we're 14 thumbs up away from 150. Can we get 14 more before you go?
Go Spurs, go! Go Spurs, go!
Would love to get to 150 if we can, and only you can do that, and only you can prevent. I guess you can present forest fires, but only you can prevent forest fires. Let's look at the ending game stats for our now 7-2 San Antonio Spurs. Congratulations, Hawks fans, on a win for the Atlanta Hawks. Bay with 10, Johnson, Capella both had 11. Johnson had a great stat line. Jalen Johnson, 11 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 steals. He did turn the ball four times, but it was was all over the place in the game. Trae Young with 33 points, but he cooled way down in the second half, finished with 10 assists. Dejounte Murray with 10 points, 13 boards, no assists. A weird game for Dejounte Murray. Off the bench, Onkagwu with 7, Bogdanovich with 5, Matthews with 6, Forrest with 3 for our San Antonio Spurs. Champagnie had his best game of the year, probably 15 points, 5 of 8, all from beyond the arc. Jeremy Sohan actually also had a triple single across the board, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal. So, okay. Jeremy Sohan had a good game, 23 points, 7 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block, 8 of 15 from the field, one of his better games. Wemby was phenomenal in only 22 minutes. He finished with 17. Did he finish with 17? Thought he had more than that. Felt like more. 17 points on 8 of 12 shooting, 10 boards, 2 steals, 4 blocks. Trey Jones, 4 points, 9 assists, but only 2 of 7 from the field. Devin Vassell was awful. Again, 4 points, 2 of 10 from the field. As we look at the bench, Mamu with 0, Barlow with 4, McDermott with 6, Osmond with 3, Branham with 4, Wesley with 3, and Kelvin Johnson was also awful. 5 points, 4 turnovers on 1 of 9 shooting. Him and Vassell were combined 3 of 19. That's fortunately not going to work for us. But they fought back and they didn't get blown out, my friends. ESPN said he had 17. He had 26? What the hell's going on here, ESPN? Is their scoreboard not updated? It says 17. All right, let me go to the Googles. I thought he hit over 20. Or was the TV wrong? I'll check Google stats. Yeah, Wemby, all right, so for whatever reason, Wemby's stats are the ones that are off. He had 26 points and 12 rebounds in 27 minutes, so ESPN, for whatever reason, is not including 5 minutes of play for Wemby. So Wemby was absolutely fantastic in the second half. All 26 of his points came in the second half. He really stepped up for the team. Unfortunately, a couple of guys I mentioned, Kelvin Johnson and Devin Vassell, just didn't show up. You know what? I'm glad they fought. They fought today. They lost, but they fought. They were down 35, could have rolled over, and they didn't. Welcome, Alexander Sarr. So a couple more thumbs up will get us to the 150 land, my friends. And that's all I got. I hope you had a good Monday. Tough loss. Let me actually look at the schedule coming up for the... Oh, the ads are coming up in 30 seconds. I don't want you guys to have to watch through ads while I'll be live for all the Spurs games this week. You guys know that. So thank you for tuning in. Until next time, what you gonna do when TSR Sports runs wild on you? Go Spurs, go!